people.
Sing it.
What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm all fumbleood here. Give me a memento here. I'm struggling a little bit. Come on, dude. What am I doing here? There we go. I'm not even on the road. And how am I over here and you're over there? What's?
I don't know. I didn't do.
I'm removing you real quick, Silky. There we go.
Okay.
What the hell's
Just
up with
remove me.
StreamYard, man? I'm the host, StreamYard. What are you doing? Come on, man. Shout out local Charlie. That dude was such a help.
Yeah, he was.
I want to say thank you to the community for all your support out there and your patience, number one, because to have that patience and hang out with us, even though I'm out there and I can't see chat, it really means a lot for your patience, because I understand, what it's like in chat, but also you guys can really see how hard it would be, especially like when you were doing the video camera like off to the side or whatever, when everybody actually got to see not just the camera but everything that goes along with it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
thank you for your patience, number one. I really appreciate that. So we are going to have a good show. We're going to go through that GoPro footage. I'm going to show you close-up photos of the bones. Wasn't that crazy? I'm the bone collector.
Yeah, you are the bone collector.
I'm the bone collector. Damn.
What are you going to do with all those bones? That's what I want to know.
I want to, hey. I want to know what happened to that femur or whatever we found.
Yeah.
On the
For
river
real.
bank for Riley Strain case. Because that looked like a straight up femur.
It really did.
It really did.
That was huge.
Yeah, it was. So we'll go ahead and say what's up to everybody. And then we got some new Idaho 4 docs we're going to get into real quick in the intro for the breaking news. Also, shout out Caddy, another MVFD video. Oh, yeah, we love those. Crack our ass off. And then we're going to get into that Nancy Grace episode. As soon as it dropped, I went ahead and put a community post out for y'all because I know y'all were waiting for the one with the actual video. Because, like we were talking earlier, audio is one thing. You gotta see it too, So hopefully, I don't know if they're on camera. Hopefully they are. But we'll get into that. And then we're going to... whatever time we have left tonight, we're going to get into the rest of what we didn't get into last night, and then we're going to be out on the road. So I am going to do like a on the road show, probably around 7, and then we'll be I'll probably go live about 9:45 or something like that for the on location. So does anybody know like how it works? Do we like all meet in a spot and they take us on a bus or something, or what? I mean, I don't, or do we all drive to? I don't see us all driving to a spot. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of vehicles to be.
I don't know, unless
parked
they
up, right?
in sometimes churches they groups and they give you a map and say, okay, this group go here and search out this area, and they tell you how to do it, like maybe 2 feet apart or 4 feet apart, whatever. I guess it just depends on how the Cajun Navy does their searches, because I guess everybody what's the word? I'm tired.
Greece.
I think they sometimes they all organize differently. They have different ways that they do things.
It's a good song though. Grease is the word. Have you heard?
I love Grease. By the way, that's one of my favorites.
It's a good song. Who is it? Is it Frankie Valli or who is it? Who sings that? Grease is a word. Have you heard? Yeah,
I can't remember either.
I love that
Didn't
song.
they just do that? Yeah, didn't they do that just for that movie though?
I don't know. Maybe they
I'm not
did.
sure.
Maybe they did. I don't know. I just love that song.
I do. I
The
love the movie
beat.
Grease. The
I never
songs.
really watched it.
Are you serious? Really? Oh my god, it's so good. It's a good movie. I love Grease. I've watched it a gazillion times.
I don't know. That's a movie I can't critique, Soki. So that
Do you not like musicals?
Yeah, I love musicals. Yeah.
I don't know. How it's
Yeah, I
like
used to go to
classic.
Playhouse Square. When I lived in Akron, I'd go up to Cleveland to Playhouse Square and go watch musicals. Yeah.
Yeah. I love musicals too. But it's like a classic. How can you not know Grease?
Yeah, I mean, I was in drama class in school, so I love the
Yeah.
theater. I love the theater.
Me too. I've done a lot of theater.
Yeah, theater. What's up, Moonville? Katrina, ticket number 2, ticket number 3. Jasmine, tell me how to pronounce that, please. I don't want to bumbaloo it up. Sarah Houston, good evening from Indiana. Caddy, ticket number 5. Kid Kitty, ticket number 6. Yeah, I about shit when I found that bag. As soon as I went like this and I saw what came out, I was like, whoa. Yikes. Aaliyah, ticket 8. What's up, Olivia? Oh, yeah, you got to. Are they on camera? 88? Oh, you got it that quick already. Damn. Ticket 11. What's up, Jason? Thank you for all your support, too. Ashley Thompson. I love that icon photo. That's pretty neat. What's up, Yoli?
Hey, Yoli.
Olivia and Natalie, thank you for all your help. Appreciate you. And I went ahead and subbed to your channel today, too. We should have you on panel sometime. I didn't realize you were a content creator until yesterday, so...
I didn't either.
Yeah, we got to have you up on panel. If you want to come up on panel tonight, come on up. Let me know. Just DM me on Twitter or something. Yoli, ticket 12, thank you. Yes, that is true. Always. Diana, ticket 16. Nicola Moody, ticket 18. What's up, Carolyn? Thank you very much for hopping in. KKG. Caddy. Prime. Cool. Yeah. She is beautiful. Let me see here. We got Elizabeth. Don't think they really are going to hire a private investigator. Let's hope not. Dreamweaver 2, in my opinion. Chris is not telling the truth. I don't think so either. The way, I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt and see everything from all sides. But the more that I keep, he's pretty much planting misinformation. That might be true too. I wonder who Thor is, because Illuminati said she thought it was whatever his name is. The stepdad or whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out Local Charlie. Local Charlie was watching our stream, and that's how he came up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how we got together. So we're going to be meeting Local Charlie tomorrow, and we're going to team up together. And he might bring some 4-wheelers. Wow. CJ, can you tell me who said on Nancy? Oh yeah, I'm getting on one too if he brings it. I told him that. I said I'll strap the mic. I'll strap the camera to my chest.
But
put it on my head.
I love to ride. Yeah, I love to ride a 4-wheeler now.
And we got the drone too, so they know we got the drone to help out as well. So if they need a drone, hopefully, I don't know. It looked pretty windy for tomorrow for the forecast, but whatever. If I crash it, getting some kind of footage for him, fuck it. You know what I mean? Because some is better than none, and it's for Sebastian, so it is what it is, Gen 7, thank you very much. Maria Gutierrez, hello to you. No Eyes, how are you? What'd you guys think of the bone shit? That was crazy. At least we called him out there and checked anyway, Andy C. Christina Rain, 33 with all the roses. You sent me an email. What's it about? What's the email? We got a lot A lot to go through tonight. What's up, Crystal? Yeah, a lot of red flags, right? Nicola Moody. We got Michelle, Mythical. A lot of red flags. DS, Betty Fremont, so many crimes, I forgot what one. It is. It's unfortunate, isn't it? But imagine if we all bound together, how much true crime wouldn't exist. This music is given OG Need for Speed on. Yeah, it's the we get you like, "Ugh," and then all of a sudden, ooh,
Yeah.
we get into that smooth saxophone.
Mhm.
We get all, ooh.
Oh, don't get him worked up now, y'all. I'm telling you. Keep him calm. Keep him calm.
Calm and collective. Moonville, Katrina. Did anyone else see where JLR found? Oh, he found their campsite? Did he really? We'll have to go. Did he really find his campsite?
That's what people were saying. I saw that early in the chat. I'm trying to go back. I missed a lot.
Shout out. Shout out to him. Shit, I'll go up there. Oh, she must be having to go to bed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming in real quick. Appreciate that. Even coming in before they go to bed just to hit the like. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. It's the support you all give is just fucking amazing. Collateral, ticket 47, color coordination. What's up, Angel? Hi, I'm over here from Crime. Oh, hey, yeah. Tell her thank you. Appreciate her. And I hopped on again for a few minutes the other night too. So shout out to her. JLR found them already. They left because of, oh, that's why they left?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
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 Well, look, no matter what I think or what I feel, it's speculation and it's theory. And until, even if the worst, okay, even if it is the worst of what we suspect, still, nobody needs to feel threatened, okay? Let the law handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. I thought they dipped because, they were guilty or whatever, but damn, I didn't know that they were getting violent threats and shit.
Wow.
Watching CJ made me tired. I know. It's like all day CJ anymore. I was sitting there joking a few weeks ago about, I should do a 24-hour stream, and boom, look at that. I'm pretty much doing a 24-hour fucking stream. But it's all good. I'm here for you. T Salsa, ticket 50. What else do I got to do? Work. What's the case we're discussing? It's in the title, right in the beginning. Sebastian Rogers. I always put the case we're working on right in the beginning of the title. That way everybody knows exactly what we're talking about for that evening. CJ collects all them bones. Yeah, that's a great Alice in Chains. Man, now I want to jam to some Alice in Chains. Oh, I love that song. I do. I love Alice in Chains, especially that song. Just the harmony in it. Did you happen to see what kind of dog that was in the? I didn't know. How did I explain it? It was like partially mummified because it was. I wasn't gonna take it. You guys can see the video. That's as close as you're getting. I'm not. It's a puppy. You know what I'm saying? It was a puppy that was wrapped in a frickin' blanket in a frickin' garbage bag. Disrespectful to the animal. I'm not. No.
Yeah, just in a bag and.
No, it's even though it's not a human, it's still a puppy, and there's no reason to. No, it's gross. We're not. No, I got as close as I did. I got the picture of the bones, but I was not getting pictures of all of that fell out when he pulled it out. It was. There's just nah. You know what I mean? You can look it up on the internet if you want to look it up. Like you can look up whatever dog, whatever. You know what I mean? But no, that's not. No. Golf, thank you so much for your help today. I sent you a link if you'd like to hop on for all your hard work
Hey,
today. Thank
golf.
you so much. And I
Yeah.
apologize that my earbud died on you because I watched the replay because I wanted to see the bone bag thing, from the camera perspective. And she was like, CJ, somehow the background music started to play and she wasn't able to shut it off,
No.
so, and I felt so bad because I'm sitting there on the little bit of the replay I'm watching about the bones and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. the, the headphone quit. I can't help it. I'm sorry, Golf. I'm sorry.
No, I was listening to that when I was at my appointment on the,
Thank you,
road
man.
and stuff, and I was like, oh well. It happens. That's what happens on the road.
Yeah, but you know what though? As a positive point, even though it was ridiculously priced earbuds, because they don't sound too much better than the other ones, but it sounded to me like it picked up the microphone a lot better and didn't get a lot of the wind as much either. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be worth it. So we'll hope.
Maybe.
We'll hope. I think they sounded okay. What's up, Kathy? Oh, Snap 61. What's up, Hello Sunshine? Yep, we'll be out there tomorrow morning. We're meeting local Charlie. Shout out Charlie. Appreciate you, buddy. If you're watching tonight, shout out. What a trooper, man. He was sitting there listening to the live stream the whole time while he's in his truck and we're out there searching. And it was so cool because he was listening to all you guys with your guys' information as we were out there. The snakes and all that other stuff too. I don't have any snake boots, so wish me luck tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
need
going
some
out.
snake boots.
Now, I already spent $300 today. I'm not going out and buying snake boots. Yeah, with gas and equipment. And yeah. And oil. I had to get oil too because I stopped to check my oil before I left, and I was down to a quart. And I just had an oil. I just had an oil change like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Been
Jeez.
burning through that oil, man. Yeah, 3,300 miles in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I put 3,300 miles in 2 weeks. Yeah, so that's a lot of gas. You know what I mean? What's up? What's up, Tiffany? Ticket 117. What's up, Golf?
Hey, Golf.
Hi.
Thank you for hopping up, and thank you for everything that you did today as I was out there.
Oh, no, thank you. Good Lord. That was nothing. I was going to tell you, if you don't like the beats, you can always return them.
No, I mean, I think the microphone sounded pretty good, though. And to me, I don't care about how good I can hear. It's more about, and they're red. They're red, too, so it matches, my hat.
Oh, yeah.
We got a match.
That does.
We got a match. I mean,
you're styling. You're styling. It's okay.
It's not CJ if it ain't matching. I mean, that's just how we do it. Jake Hells, thank you for hopping in. Appreciate you. What's up, Lone Wolf 56? I have a theory that puts Chris at home between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. Ooh, type it in live chat if you can.
Yeah.
Interested to hear that. Ramona, what's up? What's up? Did you guys check out the Nancy Grace the interview that came out with the video, not just the audio? Yeah.
So I watched just a few minutes.
Are they on there? Are they on there like on camera? They are?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. What's up, Namaste? If I was Karen, if I was Chris, I'd be watching for lightning strikes. Oh, yeah. Karma is a bitch, ain't it? It's real. That's why I'm PPP in 150, because I already learned karma done struck my ass a few times, and I'm like, all right, karma, we gonna be good. We gonna be good. Karma is real. They left for their safety. That is sad. I didn't know that. Let's see. Are they coming back to the Memphis area to Horn Lake? What's up, Brooke? Oh, they probably left by now. They probably left by now. They're
Yeah.
lying about YouTube threats. That could be true. They could be like, yo, we're good.
It could
It
be.
could be true.
Yeah.
It could be true. It could be true. That is very true, Ramona. Definitely. That shouldn't be happening with threats. It's up to the police.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, keep your eyeballs on them. Keep up with them. Know what they're doing. Continue working the case, but don't threat. It's not like we're not vigilantes out here. Okay.
No.
It's one thing to have an idea where they're at so that they don't run if they are guilty, but still.
No, that's up to the police. We're here to search for Sebastian.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're there for. So, you know what I mean? You got to let the police handle that. If really, because you're getting into an investigation, really.
Well, yeah.
And just like you don't want to go search in the areas that is zoned off for the dogs, because you don't want to throw their scent off either, or distract them, because it's about finding Sebastian. I heard that Sebastian was supposed to be going live with his dad when school got out for the summer that he moved from. Oh, going to live with his dad, really? Ooh. I wonder what kind of parenting system they had set up, like if she used him against the dad, That happened to me. I had my ex used my daughter against me all the fucking time before I got custody. Yeah. Because she didn't want me to know the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
And then when I found out, I fucking fought for custody and I got it. I'm wishing the best for you, CJ. I'm going to feature one of my friends for a launch rest of video. Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate you for hopping in. Yeah. That puppy. Anyone need that puppy?
I can tell you one thing, CJ, about the biological dad. He didn't have one bad thing to say about the mother or the stepdad.
Wow.
Which when he was interviewed, which is a very admirable thing, for him.
Yes.
I believe.
So he doesn't feel. What's up, Mom Boss?
Nice he did not say anything about how he felt. He said he's only here to look for Sebastian. Everything else is just drama, and he doesn't want to get into it. So he didn't say one bad thing about them. So
right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That takes a lot too, because he probably knows there's some pieces of shit going around, and he's probably smelled some of it. And it is hard because I had to be the dad that kept telling, "It's okay, Mom can change," even though in my back of my head I was like, "Yeah, piece of shit."
I know. I've been there too. I've been there a couple of times, in and out of court. But yeah. For the same thing. But yeah, you're trying to not say things. Your kids find out,
and that's let them find out for themselves.
And that's what everybody kept telling me when I was going through absolute hell. And everybody said when your kids grow up, they're gonna see the truth and they're gonna know, and that is absolutely. And now I can't get them out of my house. They're all. They're just like here to hang out forever, I guess. Like, I don't care. I don't care. My house is big enough. It's okay.
Look at that. We got red beets. Look at that. I had to, though. I was like, damn, red hat. Come on. No, they do sound
caliente.
Really oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was too early in the morning.
That's the caliente, and you coming out.
You're matching in spice color, too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into the breaking news part of the show here real quick. Thank you all for hopping in. Christy, Ticket 89, appreciate you. Some Idaho 4 documents came out here, and we're going to get into these for a second.
Oh, I almost forgot about that case.
Yeah, so
right.
I know, right? So new Idaho 4 docs came out, so we're going to, it's probably sealed and, all that
redacted.
Good stuff. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see what we got. I haven't even looked at it. I saw it was dropped in the. Holy shit! There's 5 of them.
Oi.
Motion to seal, motion to temporarily seal, order prohibiting contact with prospective jurors. We already know that. That was in the last court hearing. Order sealing objection to the state's motion. Temporary order sealing state's motion. Okay, are we just gonna read a bunch of sealed shit?
Yeah.
Like what's the gist of it? Because like for real, that's like it's a
Um,
it's
How
go
many
ahead.
ways can you, change the word on a document sealed? You just mentioned 3 of different sealing, sealed this way, sealed that way, right?
Yeah, I don't
They're being
understand it.
very creative.
Nothing burgers. I mean, let's not wait. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Are we going to waste 20 minutes going through docs that are sealed? I mean, are we like is
No.
there has anybody read them? Is there anything special in them? I don't want to we got so much to get into tonight. I don't want to read stuff that's just going to be I guess they don't want anybody talking. Well, of course they don't. You know what I mean? What's up, Hope Floats? Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, when it comes to a lot of things like documents, although the documents in Delphi sometimes are just booms, but yeah, I don't get into that. A lot of yeah, I just can't unless it's really really important. I can't do a document read. It's like, yeah, let me just tell you what it's about, what it says, what does it mean? That's it. We done.
Well, I mean, I don't mind doing it because I like reading documents, but there's nothing to read if they're sealed, right, Natalie? How do you read a sealed document? There's just there's just nothing to read. So we're gonna skip to this part and shout out Caddy, my mod. Thank you, appreciate you. This is a video we were covering. You'll see a little link that Nightbot drops for you, uncovering the cover. We were actually getting into some really good shit here, and we're not going to be done because we are going to be talking about that again here in the future. With these on locations, it's just tough trying to fit that in because there's the it's all day kind of thing. What's up, Crying Shame? Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about that interview. We're about to get into it here in a few. We're going to go through some of my footage here, that the pictures and the drive-bys. But this real quick, this is if you've been with us for a while, we're getting into the Moscow Volunteer Fire Department because there's some sketch shit going on there too. And this is just something funny to show you guys. It's, like one of those promo videos like MPD, Come join us. Yeah, we wake up real quick. I forgot how many titles I got. All right, let's check this one out, right? Or the blood dryer next to the fucking Moscow night out bin, right?
Yeah, right.
Ooh. And you had to walk through a boardroom and interrupt a meeting in order to take it to the blood dryer. It was crazy.
I found out about the ReEntry Program my freshman year of college, applied, got in, and it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
In high school, I took fire science. I took my EMT class. So I've been wanting to do it for probably about 3 years now, and finding this program was really cool.
I don't know, it just seemed like a good opportunity to work and get really good experience and kind of build my resume.
I was very interested in getting more involved with the community. I wanted to get more hands-on patient care.
I pretty much knew right away that this is where I wanted to be.
I like the music, though.
Jamming.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh. I can imagine just floating down the highway. It'd be so. Oh, gosh. That's like some floating down the highway music.
Mm-hmm.
There is
Got
a
the booms
lot
going.
of opportunity through the Moscow Volunteer Fire Department.
Right when you get here, you get put into Fire 1, which if you're wanting to do
Right away.
firefighting in the future, Fire 1's the main
There's their
certificate that you
there's their
need.
setup.
And then spring, once you're done with your Fire 1 testing, you get your Firefighter 1 certification, your Hazmat Ops and Awareness certification. There is also opportunities to get your Fire 2 and to be an instructor, learn how to drive a ladder truck if you want to.
This year I got my EMT, so I also have my EMT certification now, which is paid for by the department. So that way you can run medical calls and help out the community that way.
This is a very unique program. Very unique to have a bunch of college students running shifts on an engine.
Right?
I feel like it's
Especially on the weekend when the crime took place, right?
Right.
Interesting.
a good way to
Yeah.
push yourself a little bit and push others also to be the best versions of yourself.
It's honestly impossible to give you a perfect day in the life because every day
Let's hit
is
'em
so
all.
drastically different.
In the morning,
It's like that guy fake typing on the computer for the promo for the MPD, except he was just like hitting every button to make it look like they were really, like, oh yeah, we got to hit every single button here when we start the truck. Give me
Yeah.
a break. Give me a break.
I'll wake up, brush my teeth, drink a lot of coffee.
There's so many people out in the living area in the mornings making breakfast, so it always smells like food.
And then getting ready for
At a
school.
crime scene
Today
that
I
you've never
had
seen
math
before in your
at
life.
8:30. I had
Not knowing
English
what to
at
do.
9:30. Biology at 10:30. Biology lab at 11:30.
A lot of coffee.
And then
Lot
you meet
of
up with your
coffee.
shift and you kind of run down.
I
like,
hear
your
you,
plan for
buddy.
The day. So like what you guys are gonna do.
And then we're on shift at officially 4:30. So having that complete track check done and making sure that everything is loaded and ready to go and everything is functional, nothing is missing or incomplete.
Don't let it
And
get
then you're
away
running
from
until
you.
7:30 in the morning the next day.
And on the weekends, it's a 24-hour shift.
Like sometimes there's no calls,
See?
sometimes there's 2, sometimes
Mhm.
there's 5,
See?
sometimes it's during the
Mhm.
day, sometimes it's at night.
It's really
24-hour
special because
shift on the
every call is
weekend.
different.
No, I
There's
think you
not
cracked the
one call that is
code
the
on that
same.
one.
Huh?
I think you cracked the code on that one
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
911 call.
Anybody that's new joining the show, trust me. I don't just find bones. I find other shit too. And shout out to the community. Seriously, if you'll see the playlist dropping every so often from Nightbot. You got to click on it and check these videos out. There's some shorts and there's some episodes when it comes to the corruption that's going on that we for a year and a half nobody realized it, and we figured it out, and look what it's proving.
I don't know. I try not to plan too far in advance for the
Here,
day.
I'll drop
if that
it
makes
right now.
sense.
But you do chores,
You guys
and
gotta
you do
check it
training
out.
on shift. But it's great because everyone here at the station, we're all good friends, we're all good family. So it's nice to come back after a call like that and just hang out, play some video games with them, make some food.
I would say a lot of us are night owls and we end up staying up and playing ping pong and trying to be normal college students, if you will, in a fire station. But wake up in the morning, wash the engine, do it all over again.
I find Bo.
The biggest thing I can say too is that I said everyone becomes really close and you build some of the strongest relationships that you have here.
Yeah, it's a big family deal.
Living and working with each other and going to school with each other every single day. We get to know almost everything about each other within the first 3 weeks.
It's a very tight-knit community.
The idea that we all work together, we all love this job, kind of creates a bond that's deeper than family.
Just making those connections and those relationships that last a lifetime. We've all been to each other's weddings and shared kid clothes and when our kids were babies and stuff like that. And some of my best friends are people I met in the program last year.
Go, 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 go. Now we'll follow. We keep going. So as the balance goes off.
We do deal with a lot of hard situations, but again, we're there for each other in those times.
You have to be outgoing. You have to like people. You gotta be able to learn.
You gotta be open to constantly trying to learn and improve and get better, because there's endless opportunities to get better and to train on things here.
It's just it's so sad to see all of this right here, and these are the people that showed up to a quadruple stabbing homicide, you know?
Yeah.
They're it's just crazy. They were the ones that were working that evening.
Right.
Those poor kids, because they have to be the ones that contaminated the shit out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, too, they're learning, It's crazy. It is a crazy, and if y'all,
Let's
a
let's
lot
play
of
a
news
balancing
subscribers,
act.
yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sure it was all fun and games up until that point.
Right,
For
and
all
then
of
they
them.
went,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, we don't know.
Yeah.
We're just used to looking at manuals and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
horrible."
typical, college campus type,
Mm.
things. Then all of a sudden they come up on this, and then whoa.
I do wonder if that's going to have any repercussions, though. That
It's gotta.
that happened.
You would think.
It's gotta.
Hmm.
That and the DNA dirty glove. It has
That
to.
dirty glove.
Yeah, it has
No, I mean,
to.
I'm thinking legalities, though. Is that even something that should have happened, or I mean, they didn't know, right, that was going to happen, and then it happened, and they were called, and so, oh, I don't know how the legalities around that. If you can have like a volunteer-based department going on something like that, but what can they do if they're the ones on call, right?
Right.
I don't know. What can you like? What can you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the legalities of it, I don't know.
They'll just pawn it off. I bet you the university. That's why they had that crisis team set up so quick. It's like, all
Mhm.
right, this is how we make sure that we don't have any kind of implications in anything that fucking happens. They probably had it set up prior to that, so that way they knew that it wasn't going to have any implications that way if they had it that way.
Yeah, but like this cannot. I mean, they could not keep the secret though. That would be illegal if these are the people that showed up on the scene. Would that not be illegal for them
I
not to
don't.
disclose?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, if they're part of the program, so they.
No, I mean, if they did not disclose the fact that it was a volunteer fire or EMS.
No, I don't think they have to, though, do they? I mean, it's just part of the EMS. Thank you, Devo. 49er Girl 108.
I mean,
I don't
Right?
know.
It's part of the EMS, so it's probably part of a city kind
yeah.
of thing, and they just sued the city, and then
Yeah.
the city has insurance that pays it, and everybody gets fucking paid anyway.
Mm.
Just like a
Right.
fire or something, You
Yeah.
get insurance money, and then everybody gets paid.
Yeah,
106,
because
except me. I
it's
just get shit laundry soap. Right? I get shit laundry soap. That's what I get.
you
Sorry.
get bones. You get paid in bones, CJ.
Them bones. Yeah. I should sing that song for karaoke somewhere.
That is a good song.
For real, I'll sing that song for
Mhm.
karaoke.
But no, I mean, I think it's a regular EMS, but like the students work there. I mean, it's like the people in charge are like employees and stuff, but I don't think that people were understanding that most likely the people that were on call on the weekend. Sorry, my dog is going. Most likely, those people were students.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't until you started bringing that to everybody's attention, CJ. I don't think any of us realized, hey, the EMS and the fire, these aren't necessarily real experienced people. They're learning. I mean, everybody
Mhm.
has to learn.
Yeah, but you have a team where you're like coordinating that, where you have
Right.
the novices together with the people that have been there for years, right? But
Right.
what you're looking at here is a team of all made up volunteers. So there
Yeah.
was, nobody in charge from like before were there because they didn't cover that shift. They only covered till like you looked at it, CJ. I can't remember what it was, but they go home like on a 5 p.m. on a
Yeah,
Friday and come.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Mhm.
Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. or whatever, or
Yeah,
4:30 p.m. is what they work. They just work Monday through Friday during the day, and the kids do the rest of it. I
correct.
mean, don't you think you would need somebody experienced working on the damn weekend or somebody working on the weeknight when it comes to all this stuff going on at colleges? No, they don't. The farther they are away from it,
Mhm.
they don't know about it either.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
It,
legalities around that, especially,
I don't,
um, you know, since
it,
this happened. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just throwing it out there.
it's Idaho law, so who knows?
Yeah.
They probably already have it in some kind of some kind of document that it's already just worded a certain way, so that way they can just go,
Yeah.
because it's all about protecting the university. It always has been since before it was a state. So
Hmm.
they
Right.
they're not gonna. It's always about
But again, in their defense, nobody saw this coming. You think, okay, maybe you even have more experienced students, on the weekends, one's about ready to graduate who have a, year or two under their belts, and you're expecting the regular things. You are not expecting this quadruple unaliving and this big mess. So, I mean, they walk into it, like, holy crap,
Mhm.
And
you
it
know?
doesn't look good. Let me just say that in the
Mm-hmm.
eyes of people out there in the world, it does not look good. That okay, we got like a bunch of volunteers from the university, college kids that went in as first responders over the weekend when this happened. It does not look good.
No. And I
So
think that's why, I don't think they ever wanted anybody to realize that.
yeah,
They're not advertising it. Oh, that's a good
Mhm.
picture.
that is a
Yeah,
good picture. How clear is that? Is that with your GoPro?
yeah. This is
Ooh,
how far back the picture is,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like you have a
Yeah.
very good clarity on that in
but
close up.
yeah.
And that's the tornado
Wow.
damage?
Yeah.
Hmm.
See all the
Wow.
trees that were ripped up.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Wow.
All the way down. And then it even tore up. Oh, it doesn't go that far. It even tore up some of the boat thing. But here, let me zoom back. It was, let's see, where was it? Uh, it was kind of long. Oh, I think it was right. I think it's right around here. Oh, let me get rid of that. And maybe it is illegal, golf. Maybe it
Mhm.
is. I don't know. I would think it would just be worded a certain way where they already knew because, with the colleges and all that stuff happen and they're going to anticipate some bad shit. So maybe they already, okay, guys, if this happens, and so they already kind of, yeah, we need to come up with some kind of student programs. And then that way they can police themselves and they can first respond to themselves. And then we don't know about it because what daddy don't know and what the kids, so it was like a win-win-win-win. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you frats don't get in trouble, so you keep getting donations and we still get paid. We
Right.
don't know about all the bad shit that's going on, so we can go like this. And then when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the first responders, well, they're the ones that would actually have to say some shit. So who knows how many times something's called in is unconscious just because they don't want to say what it is over the fucking phone, so there's no record of it.
Mhm.
It's common yeah, unconscious. What the fuck? Well, then what's on the night unconscious? Okay. And then you show up. Well, they were. I mean, it's just it's so tricky with how they do things over there, and they're too damn good at it. But social media and YouTube true crime is already caught up to their ass, and now they can't get their ass out of the hole in the ground because we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, right over here is where the dog got the hit. Let me see here. Here's another picture. It's so gross. Like that boat right there. It's like, ew.
Hmm.
Let's see. Did I get that? No. Let me see here. It was right around. There was like some. I'd have to go there again. I could have swore it was like I saw. I know there's like some brown bushes. Maybe it's this right here. But yeah. Let me show those pictures and then we're gonna go through the pictures at the
House, yeah.
house. So
Oof.
here's a picture of one of the bones. See how you can tell it's all discolored. Now, when I saw it, this popped out and this section popped out right here. Because at first I was like, oh, it's a fake. And then, like, for a split second later, I'm like, no, that's real. Because
Oh.
there was flesh on that before. That's why it's discolored.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I kind of thought it was fake when I first saw it. But yeah, it so that's, and then that's how the bag was laid up against the tree. So when I walked up to it, this was pretty partially buried under the leaves and shit too.
It looks like somebody tried to do that
Yeah.
intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, you don't ever know, because if you think about it, Kaylee Anthony was found that way in a bag, just off the side, off the side of the road. Somebody went to, relieve themselves and saw the bag, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it happens.
Wonder if Ellie did a geofence, right?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I walked up here. You can see it on the stream. I kind of, because I was going around. I thought about not going through the bags, and I'm like, yeah, let me go get my gloves. And so I checked a couple, and I was kind of like feeling around, just not trying to open it, just in case, because I didn't want to like disturb. I'd rather feel, and then it's like, oh, okay, that might be it. I'm not even going to open it, But with this, it was partially open on a couple ends, and I was like, what's this? And so I kind of grabbed a little bit. I'm like, well, that's weird. It's like all stiff. It's all stiff. What the hell's that? And so then I walk over to the other side over here, and that's when I kind of tug it in the middle in between this. There's a space in between this and this right here, and I kind of tugged on it, and that's when this part came out, and the frickin' bone popped out of the frickin' bag, and I was like, yo.
We heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I pulled this right here, and then this came out from underneath. All right, so it's before I get there. All right, let's take a look here. So I got pictures going all the way down the road, so you're gonna get, and then I got a video too. I got 2 videos actually, because I came back around again. Let me see here. Mom said that today on Nancy he didn't have social media and didn't get invited. I know. I heard last night on allegedly with Brittany J's show that when they asked him what he wanted for his birthday, he said he just wanted friends. Isn't that,
Wow.
I know. And it hits you right here,
It really does.
Poor
Wow.
kid. He just wanted to be loved. He didn't even have any friends. He just wanted to be loved. And this is what the hell.
To fit in.
This is what the hell happened. It's sad. It's hard. And for people to get upset because you're trying to help, it's like, come on, think about other people than yourself for once, because
Right.
obviously you don't. because ain't nobody searching the house. You know what I mean? It's not. It's out in the fucking country. We're out there digging and going through ditches and spots on the side of the road that are sketch. You know, and
Yeah.
Well, you do. Some people don't, CJ. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Not every YouTube creator does that.
That's
I
true.
no, I mean it's hats down to you because that's what you went there to do, right? Ultimately.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I was going down there no matter what.
yeah.
To do whatever I could. And when Charlie was like, you know, saying, I'm like, let's go, dude. I've been waiting here. Like, we got word that they're encouraging it. They're going to be coming out. We didn't know when, it was to be determined.
Mhm.
But, you know, we knew that they were going to have I think Katrina was the one that dropped the address for the register or whatever. And
Mhm.
it was spots that weren't even searched yet, because it's like Charlie said, if they searched it, he goes, I know for a fact they didn't search over here, and they're not trying to for right now or whatever, you know, not that I know of. And he goes, and after we found those bag of bones and had them come out there and check it, and I was going to show you guys that too if you guys missed it. Um when it came to that, it was like, you know, if they were out here searching, they would have ripped that bag open, because there's a whole that's what they did after they showed up. They ripped open that one, and then they went through every single other fucking bag that was out there after that, you know.
Mhm.
So it's what he said. I was like, yeah, you're right, man. Like, if it was searched, these would have been gone through already. So it's, you know, I'm glad that they weren't bones of Sebastian, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad it didn't turn out to be, but we had to make
Right.
sure just in case, and that's why
Absolutely.
we
Or
had to call him
somebody
in.
else. You know, you could
That
uncover
too.
another unaliving, somebody missing. I
That
had
too.
just put on my stream last night that there are still 15 children missing in Middle Tennessee.
Mhm.
Just in Middle, I mean, that's not all of Tennessee. Just in Middle Tennessee, there are 15 kids missing, and yeah. So I mean, literally, it could be anybody.
It's sad. I mean, I just don't understand, you know. There's so many people out there that want children so bad and they can't have them, and then you have piece of shit parents that don't even give a shit. It's just sad. Let me see here. So I'm gonna show this video real quick. It's just a few minutes. And if you missed it earlier, this is when we found that bag.
You know, all these spots to kind of think about.
And I'm sorry, Golf, for my earbud. Again, I'm sorry for my earbud dying out, because
That's okay.
I felt so bad when I listened to this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry, Golf.
No. It's
CJ,
okay.
CJ, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to chill. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Golf. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that happened. I had been with you since like 6 in the morning, and I had to go to my appointment. And I'm
You
like,
missed it?
well, I was watching it on my phone in the car because, right when you found the bones, I was still here for a little bit. Then I had to get up, and I'm like, oh my God, what the worst possible timing. And I had to leave golf, and I was gone for like an hour, a little hour and 15 minutes or something
Mhm.
like that. I'm like, oh my God.
Mhm.
So is there a way to turn that off should that ever happen? I don't know.
All I can say is operator error, Golf. I'm learning, okay?
Okay.
I got different buttons on these. I'm used to being able to touch them here. And for some reason, I can't do that on these ones. So there was so many times I was like, oh, shit, it's trying to call. Like, So tomorrow, I promise, every day, I try to be better every day, Golf. And I promise.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, it wasn't
promise.
overly invasive.
I promise tomorrow. I'll
It
be
was
better.
just in the middle of what you were doing there, and everybody wanted to hear
I know.
Yeah.
The
it was like,
Ellie. I know. You'll hear her, guys. You'll see what I'm saying. This is why I had to apologize again real quick. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna hear Golf reach out and me not even. No, I couldn't. My earbud died. Okay.
Yeah, if they're not searching it, why not? Because you never know. What if they never did get? Because that, did you hear that there might be? Okay, so that means that maybe they don't have them yet. Yeah. Nobody ever looked. That's weird. Right. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you might as well, just in case it can't hurt. Instead of standing outside the tent shop. I never know. It's been almost a month. Yeah, it's like suitcases. You know? Yeah. Is this like is this just open land here or something? Yeah. Like people just throw the garbage bags. Yeah. It's taking 45 minutes. Yeah. I got you. Is that how long it takes? So I know for the future. Hey, yeah. You know, it ain't good. I think it's first searching. I almost want to dig into those bags.
That's local knowledge.
I almost want to dig into those bags. I might go get my.
I know. That's interesting.
Yeah, I might go.
What's that? Oh.
Go get my gloves real quick, man. I'm gonna go get my gloves real quick. I'm gonna dig into some of these bags, or at least touch them and see what it feels like. And then a suitcase, you know, like. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Another contribution call out. Margot D, $49.99 super sticker.
Holy crap! Hold on one second.
And I gotta say sorry, Margot. I said Marge. I apologize about that.
Since I'm standing here walking.
Appreciate you, Margot.
Contribution call out. Thank you very much, Marge. And let me go ahead, since I'm able to put that up there. I want to put that up there for you too, Kathy.
Oh, so.
Figured I'd check that one first. I'm gonna head back up here. Yeah, let me know if it's for sure, and if it's available right now. And I'll let them know that I have a drone. That's just nothing but leaf. That's just like yard waste or something, huh? It is suspicious seeing all these damn garbage bags in a suitcase. What's this? A comforter?
There it is. Oh gosh. There it is.
Oh, what the fuck? Dude!
What?
Look what's in this fucking garbage bag.
What?
Look.
What the hell?
Dude, there's.
All right, so that's that. That's like I said, I yanked on the middle and that thing fucking. I'm like, whoa, what the? All right.
Did you jump, CJ? Tell us.
I don't know. I didn't jump. I probably just went like, what the fuck? You know, like it's too bad I didn't have the camera on me because you probably would have seen my eyes go like this. Go, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna play it for when the cop showed up.
By the way, that's a good investment to have. One that films your perspective view, and one that films forward for next purchase.
Well, I don't know how to do that because it's already hard.
I know.
Trying to carry everything. You saw me go.
You need a GoPro stand on your head.
Yeah, exactly.
I need like one of these like spider hover things or something. That
Yeah.
You know, hover me. Okay.
You gotta get the tights first before you can be Spider-Man.
Yeah, I go in places most don't, right? So I need the hovers. I need
You do.
NFL, reach out to me, please, because I know you got that thing that moves all over the place. Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
All right, this is when Ellie shows up here.
Down till you get to almost to the elementary school.
Let's see.
We just this is through here, like that.
Yeah.
And we go down over here.
And there's a bag right there, kind of feeling it just to see what it felt like. And it was pretty much 3/4 buried. And so I just kind of gave it a little like tug like this, and it kind of brought out the one side, and then you see a bone inside of a torn out part of the bag.
It was a full bag. It was a full dog skeleton wrapped up in a bag, in a shirt, inside of a blanket, inside of a trash bag, and the dog was not a bag of bones before it went in the bag. So,
and it looks like they're smaller, but it looks like it was wrapped in a shirt. That whatever's coming out of the bag looks like it's wrapped in a shirt, and then the other opening in the garbage bag is like a comforter or something. So it was just really odd. Put my gloves back on. Just in case, Yeah, it's just very odd.
Yeah, Jason V. I should have
At
been
first
there.
it looked real or
film
fake,
CJ,
but
right?
then
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Jason V said that's what Silky's for. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't be there today to film you. I was your hover. I was your hover the other day. Only it's from this angle, but it's more upward.
I mean, it would be cool. I gotta be able to take you guys like with the bones. I gotta be able to like take you guys like
Yeah.
zoom up like that. So I'm, who knows? One day, maybe we'll see. But you guys get a little bit of it already, or you see me on somebody else's stream,
it had like discoloration on it, like there used to be some kind of flesh on it. Where do you get those at? Oh, right here. Oh, okay. And that one's empty down over there to the right.
They were totally cool too. Both of them.
And then, yeah, it just kind of went like this. And then it brought that out from underneath there. And that's when it was like, well, at first it looked fake, and then that's like there used to be some kind of flesh on there and there. And then that fell out. And it, because at first I felt this side right here, and I was like, huh, comforter. And then I'm like, that's weird. I felt this. And so I kind of yanked on it in the middle here, and then that's when it.
What do you think? Oh, those two?
Yeah, we went through those. There's books in the suitcase and then just regular garbage. I mean, we didn't like dig through it, but we felt around to see if anything felt, suspicious before we even. It's just weird. It wrapped in a blanket.
Very weird. I still don't understand, I still don't understand. Why would you wrap a dog in a shirt and a blanket and a garbage bag?
And it was double garbage bagged, right?
Yeah, it had double garbage bags.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. To make sure that if one of them got a tear in it, it still didn't,
Mhm.
Ticket 138. What's up, Jackie? Yeah.
It's just really weird.
Hey, Ryan. You like to come down right by the water.
Snaz asking his buddy to come down, come check it out.
Oh yeah, you got them hay dudes on.
Yeah.
What's up, Deborah? Ticket 134.
Yeah. Usually that's like a light cream color. Like for a piece of furniture or like a bed?
Oh, Jessica.
Great cards.
I appreciate that. There was, oh my gosh. I said it in the live stream. I don't remember for sure, but there was like 10 maybe, somewhere around there. What's up, SM? They were scattered. There was a couple that were together. There was a suitcase out there.
CJ, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
And I miss good cooking.
Oh,
Most of
sorry,
my
Golf.
food is cooking now. Most of my food is fast food. So I'm always on the damn road, you know.
Where you from?
Evansville, Indiana.
Okay.
I was helping out with the Riley case. We just searched stuff. And, took a day break and came up here to help out here the rest of the week. Have what I have to do.
He's just waiting for his partner to come down.
That's like leaves or something, but this one, this got foam and bones in it.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Some of them have dishes. Some of them have like little pieces of cement. Some of them have books. We didn't like go through all
And
of
they
them.
thanked
just
us for
kinda
coming
felt
out
the
too.
bags. This one, I was just
I do want to say, like, they're really cool. They thanked us for coming out, or having them come out. It's always better to be safe than sorry, and they were totally cool. So I mean, they're really cool dudes. I just want to say shout out to them too.
doing it, and then it
Sorry,
felt kinda
Golf.
stiff, and then I yanked in the middle a little bit, and that's when that came. Yeah. Wrapped up in it.
What's up, Kathy?
CJ, is there any way we can turn off the music?
Oh, I feel so bad.
Oh, it's okay. CJ? I don't think he hears me. Chat.
You poor thing, Golf. I'm so sorry.
Oh, what is that?
Hey, technical difficulties. I understand it. I hear it all day long.
That's a dog?
Yep, look at the stove.
Oh, yeah. What? They wrapped it in a blanket and threw it in a garbage bag?
So disrespectful to that puppy.
Yeah.
It was odd with the blanket and the bone, and we're just like, we better just call it.
Mad ass because you had to come down here.
All it does.
Why would somebody do that?
Yeah, that doesn't.
142.
Bury the
Moonlight,
damn
thank
thing.
you.
It's odd.
That's as close as you're getting. I'm not that poor puppy. That'd be so disrespectful just to like that,
Yeah.
like no.
Thanks. Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, I know what you're saying.
And that the guy that came down and helped, he's like, I smell more. So he felt like he smelled more puppies around there, and that's when I'm like, oh shit, are we gonna be going to like a dog grave because of
Yeah.
some kind of dog fighting shit or something, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they do, you know. That's what they
Yeah.
do, and so I'm all of a sudden like going, "Oh shit, I know what you're saying." Like, yeah, this might not be good. This might not be the only one, but it was, as far as we know, it was.
Breaks my heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. He said, I wonder if they all got dogs in them. You know what I mean? You know what that means, right? We're just going to stand back.
That's very sad, CJ.
Mm-hmm. At least they, you know, and they were, at least they were like, they wanted to know, you know, like they're really trying to search too. So
That
you
was
know.
CJ. Can you hear me? That was me in the past, by the way, earlier.
Oh,
CJ.
here we go. Oh no, I'm gonna shut my camera off. I feel so guilty.
It means that there could be some kind of dog. I'm just going to say Michael Vick, if you know what I mean. Dog toys?
Yeah, dog toys and another.
Chat, can you hear me? Because I don't think CJ can hear me.
I can hear you, Golf. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is horrible. I told you. I told you this is horrible. I'm so sorry, Golf.
Thank you. I don't know how to control the background music. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, I think my earbud shut off. I won't be able to hear you yet. I'll get my earbud when I'm able to get back to the car. I won't be able to hear you.
And I do apologize. I don't know how the music came on because I noticed it too, and I was watching it. And I was like, "How in the fuck did this music turn on?" I'm in the middle of going out there, you know. I don't know how it happened. I really don't. StreamYard.
Oh, jeez. What is that what you smell, man? Dang. Yeah, that is caked. What is that? Fire ants. Fire ants? Do they eat flesh too? Just clothes? Alright. Dang. Yeah, other than that, that's all we saw. I think you think not sure. This is pretty kind of heavy too. I don't know. Like, maybe it's
The bag that they opened
Stuff
up
on some.
where all the fire ants came out, I wasn't going anywhere close to that shit because I didn't want to end up naked in the woods. For real. That's what I thought in my head. I'm like,
Fire
fuck
ants,
that shit. Because I heard stories about that. People running around pulling their pants off, run into a hose. I'm like, hell no. Hell no. And somebody else will be copying my shit and uploading it.
Yeah, it was just really weird, wrapped in a blanket, and it's like, wait, huh?
Right. So that's basically when they came out there and searched it. It was pretty crazy at first there because I didn't really know exactly what all was in the bag. And when he stood there, cut it open a little bit, and then stood there and called up for his buddy, and he was waiting. In my mind, I'm like, oh, fuck, I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. Because you know how you got like that foam? There's like a foam topper, and it's like a loaf of bread type light tannish color. It was like soaked up red in a bunch of spots too, and so you saw the bones come out, but then in the other side you saw how the comforter pad thing wasn't the normal color of a comforter pad, and you saw the redness to it, and you're just like, when he went and then stood there, yeah, coming on down, I'm like, oh gosh. So it was pretty creepy there for a little bit, but I'm glad it wasn't his bones. Unfortunately, we still don't have any answers for the family today, so hopefully tomorrow, yeah, we will be joining the search tomorrow. We're going to be meeting local Charlie there, and I'm gonna have to reach out to Najee too and see if she's going to be available, but that'll probably be with her profession. It's always a last minute kind of thing. So right before we get into this Nancy Grace, I'm gonna look at a couple of these pictures real quick. And we'll definitely go into more of them in the future. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably drop these in the Sebastian Rogers info drop folder. So that way anybody that is part of the Discord group too can also kind of go through these pictures and see if they can find anything. But it's basically, you got views going by the house in every freaking angle except for the back. And then let's see here. Oh, and then here's a video. Here's one video where we drive by. Oh, hold on. I forgot. When I'm playing it this way, it skips. Hold on. Let me present it with the video file because then it won't skip. So here's two videos driving by as well. So here's the first one. This is my Sony. Yikes. Little shaky, but that's one. And then we kind of go around the side so that way, even clearer than the photos. And then the other video we got is this one. And it's the GoPro, so that kind of gives like a fisheye type look to it too, with some clarity as well. So two videos driving by, different cameras, a bunch of photos going from one side to the next. So I should be able to drop at least one of these videos in chat for the community chat, depending on the size. I think both of them I might be able to, but after the show's over I will drop those pictures, or I'll just drop them while we watch this Nancy Grace episode here, and then we can go into it tomorrow night, because we'll probably have a show tomorrow night. and we'll go ahead and dig into more of these pictures. I'm going to put them in there so you can dig into them overnight. And then if you guys do find something, you can go ahead and circle it or whatever. And we can go ahead and show that tomorrow night. So there's those two videos, a bunch of pictures I'm going to drop for you. And let's get to this episode with Nancy Grace. It's an hour. So it's a little extra long. Usually she does episodes that are about 44 minutes and so many seconds. Tonight we get blessed with Nancy for a full hour and 1 minute. Can you handle it? I don't know if I can, because it's already hard enough to handle 44 minutes and 22 seconds. And Nancy Grace, we'll see if we can handle 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Oh,
1 hour and 3 minutes. Yeah.
She goes there. She goes there.
Good, because she needs to, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. Here we go. This is the Nancy Grace episode. Let me turn this music down just a skosh. And thank you for everybody for hopping in. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. And if you're not subscribed, please consider so. And also subscribe to Silky Southern Tea as well. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, it's not sharing. Hold on. I got a StreamYard here. There we go.
February 26th, Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell, that is the moment that Sebastian's mom and stepdad realize
Good night, Maria.
He's gone. For just one moment, imagine that. You go in your child's room where you find your child every single school day morning and you wake them up, but at 6 a.m., he's not there. Can you imagine what must have gone through their minds? First of all, I want you to hear what his bio mom, Katie Proudfoot, says. Listen.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him. He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
Can't find him. Where is he? And in the last days, we learned that the official law enforcement search is actually scaling back. This as TikTokers and YouTubers are flooding the area, conducting their own searches. Listen to Eric Craddock, Chief Deputy, Sumner County Sheriff's.
Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you to search your properties every day, morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night.
Do me a favor. If anybody can DM me that or drop it in community, go ahead and do that, and we'll check out that episode after this too. Nancy Grace is on Law and Crime.
Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is brought home safely.
We are trying to determine what happened when this young boy, an autistic young boy, seemingly walks out of his own home in the middle of the night, we think, barefoot. How did that happen? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111. We've read a lot online. We've seen a lot of theories, a lot of speculation. But let's start with what we know to be true.
Oh, okay.
Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to just leave that up there for a minute. I couldn't believe you said it was a month, Golf.
Yeah, it's gone fast.
It's crazy.
Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother and his stepfather, who were in their home with Sebastian when he goes missing.
And I gotta say, they gotta be freaking rich to live in that neighborhood. Freaking rich, because man, the houses around there.
Yeah, really nice neighborhood.
Oh my gosh! I mean, gotta be rich.
To both of the Proudfoots, thank you for being
Crazy.
with us. I want to go straight back to when Sebastian goes missing. Miss Proudfoot, I understand that the day before, which would have been Sunday, if I've got the information correct, that you guys went out, you went to dinner, you went to somewhere, I believe you said BJ's, where he had a quote, colossal popcorn. Then you
Yes,
came
ma'am.
home that night, and around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, he goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That night, I understand from previous statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that
You know, I just gotta pause it real quick. I see the look on this dude's face, and if you're one way with the child, it makes me wonder if you're the same way with your wife.
Of course you are.
And it makes me wonder, is she maybe, because I do see emotion in her. I know that there's a little, back and forth with it, but just look at this. Look at him, the way that he's looking, and look at her face. There's two different. He
Yeah.
looks more serious and stern, and she looks, kind of sad. So it makes me wonder if that's how you treated your stepchild. It makes me wonder if that's how you treated your wife. And is he, Katrina, is he controlling her throughout this whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm wondering. So I just wanted to say that because I'm
Well,
looking at both of their faces.
I think you'll see throughout this what I did not particularly like, and I just
Okay.
get the feeling is, and this has nothing to do with them being guilty or not guilty. This is just my own opinion, and that is, when you call your child, my son, or you sort of, it's an affectionate way to title who you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about, but she calls her son Bubba, and it's very like, and then the way the child answers is yes sir, yes ma'am, like not yes mom, yes whatever his
Yeah.
name is. So it's very not personal, and for me that rang an alarm bell, like the way they disciplined that child. And it could be totally normal for other people. For me, it wasn't so much. That was the only thing that stuck out to me. And, just pay attention throughout how, when they talk about the child and how they talk about the child.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
correct?
It is.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
No, ma'am. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
And
He was not home.
please excuse any of my questions. I'm simply trying to find out more about that night. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend.
You were not home.
No,
okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep.
And what were you doing in Memphis?
Working.
Where do you work?
I'm currently working, or was working, at the St. Jude Children's Hospital construction project.
Yes, I'm very familiar with St. Jude's. You said you were working there. Are you no longer working there?
Right now, that's up in the air.
Well, you've been gone ever since Sebastian went missing. So I understand. When you are home, do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates to Sebastian's room?
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side, and the other 2 bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so your master bedroom is on one side of the house and Sebastian's room is on the other side of the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you have a 3rd bedroom that I believe you keep for your other daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Faith? Is your other daughter named Faith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where is Faith's bedroom as it relates to Sebastian's bedroom?
It's in the back side of the house. Sebastian's bedroom is
So
on the
it's-
front side of the house.
Okay. So his bedroom is away from Faith's bedroom and away from your master bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Sebastian's room on a top floor or a ground level?
We have a ranch style house. It's a 1.5 story. So everything's flat, and then you have the bonus room above the garage.
Okay. So his is on ground floor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That morning, was there any sign of a break-in through a window, a front door, a back door, a sliding glass door, anything at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No sign of forced entry. Was anything taken from the home at all?
Not that we could find anything. We couldn't find anything missing.
I want to circle back to Sebastian's shoes regarding if anything was missing. Do you have a burglar alarm?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a Ring doorbell cam?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have the 2 of you taken a polygraph?
I have.
I have not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
Bullshit!
What?
Bullshit, bro! Then why didn't you say you weren't a fucking suspect? Or that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if they're not gonna, yeah, they didn't, because of my whereabouts, they didn't. Well, then why didn't you fucking change your story? Or why didn't you say something different in your previous interview when they asked if you were cleared? And then you didn't even answer the question. You offered to fucking, no. What?
Yeah, because in the last interview that we watched last night, if he was not there and he wasn't, he should have said, yes, I have been cleared because I wasn't even in town. End of story.
Dude. She works for a security company, expensive house, and no cameras. You work for a security company and you don't have fucking cameras?
Odd.
What? I'm going to rewind it just a skosh.
How big is a skosh?
Just a small amount.
No, ma'am.
It's true.
Have the 2 of you taken a polygraph?
I have.
He's waiting for her to
I have
answer.
not.
Would you be willing to?
I've offered and volunteered on many occasions to take a polygraph, and I was told directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts, I did not need one.
I understand. Ms. Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
those questions out of the way.
Huh. It makes. I wonder what they asked her. I wonder if they asked what kind of relationship her and her husband had there, and if it was physical or not.
She
But
asks later on.
she does.
She'll get there.
Yeah, but they're not gonna admit it. But on a
Yeah.
polygraph, you got to be a pretty damn good liar.
Yeah.
Or drink a lot of water.
Or believe your lie.
Was faith
Oh,
in
what?
the home?
Go ahead.
Or
Sorry.
believe your lie. A lot of people.
You got to
I've
really
met.
believe you're fucking. I mean, I get
Hey,
it.
I want
but
to tell you
man,
something. I've known people who. Let me just say this. I was married to somebody who believed his own lies. Like, I am sure he could have. When I would see him, like, see you doing a certain thing, but it would be like he would just tell himself over and over, no, this is what happened, this is what happened, until the point I began to think I was nuts. And but
yeah, but that wouldn't test his blood pressure and his heart rate. I'm sure his blood pressure and his heart rate went up and down when he was telling you that.
not if you believe your own lies. It doesn't.
There's so many people that believe their own lies, like the justification of them killing their families and shit, and they still fail polygraphs. Like Chris Watts, like that dude. Until he got busted, he was sitting there like believing his own fucking bullshit about Shanann, like doing all this other shit, like she's the one that killed the kids and all that, I trust me, and it's, man, it is junk science too, but man, you got to be a really damn good liar to pass that polygraph, because it's hard to control your heart rate. Anytime you lie, it's going to go up. But damn, narcissists, yeah,
Or
of course,
psychopaths.
yeah.
They
Right.
don't seem to have a problem.
You gotta be damn good. They are admissible. Yeah, that's true. They're admissible for a reason. Yeah. But I'm wondering if I know that she's not going to admit it. There's no way she would admit if there's physical abuse there, because then who knows what's going to happen off camera when it's done.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. It just makes me wonder about that dude and how he treats her, if that's how he treats children. Usually it goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Home when Sebastian went missing?
No, ma'am.
Does any
Let me rewind it just a minute here.
Directly by law enforcement because of my whereabouts. I did not need one.
That's just bullshit.
I understand. Miss Proudfoot, did you pass your polygraph?
I did.
Those questions out of the way. Was faith in the home when Sebastian went missing?
No, ma'am.
Does anyone else have a key to your home beside your immediate family?
No.
No, ma'am.
That night, Miss Proudfoot, at midnight when you went to bed, what did you do until midnight?
I had been reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
Where do they sleep?
They have a big pen.
A pen, is it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside. That reminds me of another question. Do you guys have a motion sensor light or lights on the outside of your house?
Yes, we do have lights on the outside of our house.
Did they activate that night?
They're not motion censored. We have lights.
Were they on that night?
They're not motion
Were they on that
censored.
night? So the lights were out the whole night?
Security, you don't have cameras, and you don't even have motion lights. That's like the motion lights are are like the buns to the burger. You know, you got the
Right.
burger, which is a security cam, and then you got the buns, which is the motion light. Or
Yeah.
I don't know this. I mean, yeah, it's a rich, I'm sure, safe neighborhood. I'm sure, but it doesn't matter. Why do you think neighborhoods get hit? Because they're good
Right.
neighborhoods, and they probably figure, well, one of them I can get something good out of. Shit, my percentages are fucking high here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We don't typically turn the floodlights on.
Were there
That's
any lights
crazy.
outside the house on at all?
That's crazy.
Just my little
Keyless entry.
solar lights that we have in the garden.
There's two lights on the side of the house above the garage that are on at all times.
Oh yeah, those are on.
Oh, there's a light above the garage that's on at all times?
There's two. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so those lights were
Those
on?
were out?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
They were on.
Okay.
Those lights were on.
So is that the light that you see? Excuse me. Is that the? Because I didn't get to see the video that you guys saw. Is that the flashlight thing where it might have been a branch waving in front of it? Was it those lights or?
I
Because
don't
it was supposed
know.
to be in their backyard, right? Those lights were supposed to be in the back.
I don't
I didn't
know.
get to see it.
They're above the garage. She's saying that, I think, later
Yeah.
on. So I don't
Like
think that's
two light. Let me see. Hold on.
I mean, I looked at the
Let me look.
video. It would depend on what angle and if there was a tree. It was so dark though. That video was so dark and the lights would.
Oh, I see them now. Those are pretty big lights. Hold on, let me show you. Those are pretty big lights.
That are on the house, yeah.
Right here. Those are pretty big freaking lights.
Yeah.
And that would create a lot of light. So wasn't it dark?
Yeah, that video was very dark.
So where are we supposed to be? Okay, so with this video, where's this video at? Like you see is it more back here?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. I saw the video, but
Did you golf?
I don't know which video you're talking about. I have no idea.
There's a video that has like two lights and they're saying they're possibly flashlights, but then some people were saying it might have been branches, the wind kind of going back to make it look like it was.
It did look like it moved though. Because when it started, it was the flashlight was in one place, and then there was one like right here and one way over here. Like those lights are equal.
Oh.
And then those lights, the one light went off and the other one came back on, but it was further down. So
are you talking about that video where that it looks like somebody's walking?
Yeah.
Almost. Well,
Yeah.
that looked like to me was
What?
somebody walking their dog, and nowadays people have little
Oh, yeah, the
flashlights on their
headlamps.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they put the other one on the dog, and the dog was running in and out of the bushes. That's
I
what it
mean,
looked like to me, but that I could be
It
wrong.
could have been, but that's
Yeah.
what they were saying. Were they flashlights or were they these lights? I don't think that they were these garage lights from the video.
No, because
They're
this
saying
is
they were in the
stationary.
backyard.
Yeah, these are stationary.
Right.
Yeah, that's their backyard right there.
Yeah.
So they were in their backyard. But here, like before I went there, I thought this house was like, as soon as you walk out, there was some part where you went to the damn woods. And when I showed up and I was like, no, it's pretty, there's a lot of house. Like, how do you, so now I'm like, okay, well, what is this flashlight thing then?
I don't know. Somebody said it's 3:30 a.m. Well, if you work a night shift or something like that and you come home, you need to walk your dog, and that's when you walk
Right.
your dog.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't
used
know.
to.
There's no crime in that.
Right.
No, yeah, right. Okay. I was just curious what lights they were talking about.
Yeah.
Let me drop those in the community chat.
The reason I'm asking is because I heard you say earlier, Mr. Proudfoot, that your neighbors have been very, very forthcoming with their Ring camera info. And I was trying to determine if any lights were on, what, if anything, they may have caught. But I understand from your previous interviews that nothing of any evidentiary value was caught. And also, in another statement you gave, I understand that the video of the 2 flashlights, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that's not exactly what that was at all. We now don't believe that 2 flashlights were observed around your home. Is that correct?
You're very correct.
Okay. Question regarding your vehicles. Ms. Proudfoot, what make and model do you drive?
I drive a Infinity SUV.
Year?
2017.
And sir, what do you drive?
I drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's a 2021, I think.
So your Infinity SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Ms. Proudfoot?
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
From her work?
What? The make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why?
It's not too hard to figure out the fucking make and the model. Why would somebody be like, don't let them know the make and the model of the truck?
How do
The
you not
fucking
know
Sprinter
what year,
van.
how do you not know what year your vehicle is? I mean, he said, I don't know. He's like, I don't know, 21. Like, how do you know? Because if something breaks on it, you have to, like, you know the year your car is. You can't buy parts without the year. You know that stuff, especially as a male.
I forget all the time, honestly.
I mean, I don't, but I'm the one that takes care of me. Okay, so, but anybody who takes,
she's
I
like, hey,
understand. I was like, oh
I'm
shit.
one.
I
I'm
don't
one of
know.
them.
I think it's yeah. Yeah.
I know
Sorry.
exactly because I mean I do I know, but anybody who's taking care of the car has to know, and guys usually know. CJ, they usually do.
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't take care of it if it's a work vehicle. He just runs it in. I mean, you would think you would know because you spend all the time in it, but I don't know. What's he got to gain from going? I don't remember what year it is. There's nothing to really gain or lose from it.
Except that it
With
wouldn't.
her though,
If you didn't identify the year, I mean, that's a piece of information because car models change, sometimes year to year. Maybe he just didn't want to be identified, or he didn't want it to be identified anywhere else. So he's like, I don't know. It's a, 21, whatever.
Who knows? It's a work truck. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But what's suspicious to me is why in the hell can't she, why can't she tell hers because her work says that they're not allowed to? That's the one thing I don't understand.
But she knows the year of her vehicle.
Hell, I can't even remember how old I am sometimes, let alone a fucking car use. I'm serious. So
wish I could remember.
Yeah, I mean, golf forgets the car year. I forget my age sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, there's been times I had to call my friend and ask how old are we? Like a school friend of mine. I was like, I forgot how old I am. Yeah. It happens.
Mm-hmm. It does. But her, like, why would your work say, "Don't tell them the make and model"? That just
Wait. Play.
No.
Go play.
oh
Yeah,
oh.
there's more to it.
Quit
Mhm.
pausing.
Mhm.
Quit pausing and less talking. All right.
So your Infinity SUV was parked in the garage or outside the garage that night, Miss Proudfoot?
In the garage.
In the garage. And Mr. Proudfoot, your vehicle was on location in Memphis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's only one car at the home. Is that right?
There was actually a work vehicle in the driveway at the time as well, but it hasn't moved. We can't give out that information because we don't have permission from her work.
I don't understand that. What?
Right.
About the make and model of the vehicle.
I have a work van that was also parked in the driveway.
Why is that? If it's out in the driveway where people can see it, why is that privileged information?
We just don't have permission from her company to divulge that information.
Have you asked?
No, ma'am, we have not.
Then you
Nobody
don't.
has
That,
asked us
So
that
that
question.
was.
then how do you know if you don't have permission? Oh God! You didn't ask. Duh.
They know they don't. Yeah. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I wonder if that's the Sprinter. Yeah, that's what it is. It's got to be her work vehicle, and it's like it's not too hard to figure it out. I mean, fuck, I just dropped a whole bunch of pictures in Discord, and second video's about to load. So sleuth them tonight and let me know if you guys see. They claim not to have any security footage, and that backyard is so tight. Like, what are they suspected of doing in this video at 3:10 in the morning? Taking him out to the vehicle or something? Like what? Because that's a tight area back there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that backyard fence is right up against somebody else's fucking fence for their house.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. Just doesn't sound right. Most men know. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's true. But it's a work vehicle, so he probably doesn't give a just like a rental. You don't care. And so maybe he just doesn't really care or doesn't even. I don't know. Golf forgets. Come on, people. Gosh. All right.
Okay, so you have a work van. Question to you, Miss Proudfoot, what do you do for a living?
I am an installation technician.
For?
That night, was the work van blocking your driveway? Could someone go in and out of your driveway?
The van is parked at the back of my driveway, so someone can pull in, yes.
Got it. Do you park your Infinity SUV in the garage or outside the garage?
In the garage.
In the garage. Do you have an automatic garage door?
With the clicker.
Right. Do you leave that up or down at night?
Down.
Could anybody lift it up? Like, is there an on and off button outside, or do you have to know a code or have the clicker to open it?
You'd have to know the code or have the clicker.
Does Sebastian know the code?
Not to the garage door, but to the man doors.
Not to the garage door, but to the house doors?
The regular door, yes.
So is there a code to get in your home, or do you use a regular key?
There's a code.
And
why would he?
Exactly. Why would you not? Why would you not give your child the garage door opener code just in case your door is not working?
Yeah.
I see. There's small things that I question. Them forgetting about the year of their vehicles is not one of them.
Right.
But these
right
little details are like these
Yeah.
controlling details are what sticks out to me. So
Yeah.
if you pay attention, I think those pretty much tell a story how that child was disciplined.
More fuel for the fire for tomorrow.
he knows that code.
Yes, ma'am.
Question. I'm just trying to figure out how he would have gotten out or if somebody came into the home. Could they have gotten through the garage door? No, unless they know the code or had the clicker, which they did not. Do you lock your doors at night?
Yes, ma'am.
Could he have left on his own through those doors?
He could. Yes, ma'am.
But I heard in another interview where Mr. Proudfoot said he was not a, quote, wanderer. He didn't wander around. He had never left the home before on his own. Is that right?
Correct. We haven't had issues with him running or taking off in the past.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions regarding the doors. Do you have any home surveillance, anything at all that would have given us an idea or a clue if the door had been opened or not, or a window?
Not directly from our house.
Well, then from where?
That's what we were hoping that neighborhood Ring cameras and may have picked something up.
Gotcha. I want to go back to that night. You said you were up till midnight. You were reading something. What were you reading?
A chapter for school.
A chapter for school. Are you in school?
I was, yes, ma'am. I've since dropped my classes for the time.
What are you studying?
Business administration.
Gotcha. Where do you go to school?
DeVry.
So that night you go to bed at midnight after you've been talking to Mr. Proudfoot on the phone. You put the dogs away in a cage, a crate inside the home, and you go to bed. Did you check on Sebastian at that time?
I did not.
Okay. Do you normally?
Not typically.
Give me a fucking break. If you have a 15-year-old kid, I don't care if it's autism or not, you go to the bedroom and make sure they're fucking asleep, because you know damn well they're going to try and stay up all night every chance they can get. And you got to go, come on, you got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not if that's part of your discipline, CJ. And this is what I'm saying. Pay
What do
attention.
you mean?
How they so basically they have that instilled already. That
They
discipline.
lock him and leave him?
You go into your room, you lock your door, and you do not come out until the morning. That's like that discipline. I'm just saying, like, if you have that instilled, you're not going to check on that child, because if you hear anything, from that room, he knows he's going to get in trouble.
Right.
He's been disciplined. You're thinking like anybody else would, right? Normally, this is what we would do. We love our children. We want to
Yeah.
make sure they're safe. That's how we look at it from that perspective. Pay attention how these people discipline their child, and you'll know exactly. And as I said, this has nothing to do with them being guilty. This is just, I do not like this kind of discipline personally. I don't agree to it
No.
with the special needs child.
Right. Which needs extra love. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as frequently throughout the night, because normally he's good to go in his room once he goes to bed.
Earlier, you had stated you heard a noise in his room before you went to bed. What time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
Just a thud.
A thud. You stated that you said, look, I don't care what you're doing in there. Go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, whatever you're doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
There you go. Does that make sense, what I said earlier? You're muted, CJ.
You're muted.
You're muted, CJ.
I'm saying their room is on one side and his room's on the way other side, and you're telling me that she yelled to fucking him and he yelled back to her this conversation?
She was on the couch, she said.
She was on the couch?
Yeah, if you go back, listen. She said I was on the couch.
At midnight? Is that what time?
No,
No?
10:30 or
10,
something.
yeah.
10 or yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
around 10.
typically. Since he's gotten older, I've not been checking on him as frequently throughout the night because normally he's good to go in his room once he goes to bed.
Earlier, you had stated you heard a noise in his room before you went to bed. What
Okay.
time was that?
Around 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. What did it sound like?
Just a thud.
A thud. You stated that you said, look, I don't care what you're doing in there. Go to bed. Is that right?
I was on the couch, which is near his room, and I said, Bubba, did you fall out of the bed? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, whatever you're doing in there, knock it off and go to sleep.
So you heard his voice at 10 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea what the sound actually was?
I do not, no.
If he were to go out his window, what would he step on?
Mulch and bushes.
Did you say mulch or mush?
Mulch.
Mulch.
Mulch. Okay. Got it.
She didn't check.
Has he ever gone out the window before?
What if he fell and hit his
No,
head?
ma'am.
Is his room on the front of the house or the back of the house?
Front.
Front. Do any of your neighbors' ring cams point toward your house? Could they pick that up?
They do, but it's so dark that they can only see it after it gets so dark at night. They can only see certain things where there's light.
I thought there were the two lights on
the opposite side of the house.
Wait a minute. What?
Okay.
So he's
Can we talk about?
okay. So their room is on the side of the garage, and his room is on the other
opposite,
side.
in the front.
Let me see here. All right, so actually, let me get a different picture. And I don't have to stop screen sharing that. Let me just put that up there. Let me go to, let's go to this picture right here.
You make my ears itch, CJ.
What?
You make my ears itch. Your voice, it's deep and it vibrates this little thing in my ear, and I have to constantly take it out and scratch my ear because it's vibrating.
Sorry. Yeah, Natalie, right? Maybe he fell off his head and fell off the bed and hit his head or something. Like, you didn't even go check. This is so this is his bedroom right here. So he would have stepped out to here.
Mm-hmm. Were the bushes disturbed? Was the mulch disturbed in the morning? Like, because I would look as a parent if I didn't, if he wasn't in the house, I'd go out, and that's the first thing I'd check. Is I'd think, did he go out the window? He's 15.
Well, was his window locked? Because they had. I mean, if it's unlocked, then he bounced. Did they know he bounced? I mean, like, was the window? Does she ask about that? Was the window usually locked, and then was it unlocked when you went and saw that he was missing? Because that's
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the first thing law enforcement looked at too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But why didn't? I mean, that's a good question. She's asking all these good questions.
Yeah. No, she's not. She's interrogating them.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can see
straight on
her
interrogation technique.
And it makes me wonder, did she discipline him that way? And since he's the male figure, he kind of stepped in as the step parent to help the mom parent the same way. And maybe there's not necessarily physical shit between them. They're just the same shit soul kind of person where they're like a tag team. They enjoy it or some shit and they do it together. I don't know.
Sebastian's shoes. Why are you convinced Sebastian left without shoes on? Or are you?
Well, the reason that came about is because all of his shoes are accounted for inside the house still.
What's
Are you
up,
positive?
Calamix?
I'm positive.
How do you know what clothes he was wearing?
The clothes that we described are the ones I saw him in when he went to bed.
That morning, you woke up at 6 o'clock. Is that the normal time you wake up?
Yes, ma'am.
And he
Are you a
just
heavy
wanted
sleeper?
friends for his birthday, you know?
Off and
Gosh.
on.
Do you take any medication at night that would make you sleep?
No, ma'am.
But you heard nothing.
I did not, no.
So we know he is alive and well at 10 p.m. At 6 a.m. He's gone. You say he's never left before. Is that right?
Correct. He's never run off before.
And could I confirm, where was his bio dad at the time he went missing?
I believe he was at work in Nashville.
Had there been any family argument or altercation prior to him going missing?
No, ma'am.
And Mr. Proudfoot, when did you leave town?
Early February.
So
Oh, wow.
you
he's
had been
gone.
gone
Yeah.
for days before he went missing. Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
Yeah, but only 3.5 hours away, yo.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I make that trip every fucking day going to Nashville and fucking here. Come on. And people are like, damn, CJ, you should stay at, you know how much my hotel would be right now if I stayed at a
Yeah.
shit. No, I'm driving my ass back home. I'm good. You know, I still got them young bones. There you go. Them bones.
Had you visited home since you left?
You said from when I initially left.
Yes.
Oh, let me ask you a question to what you just asked, because I don't want to answer the fucking answer with the truth. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, did you just ask me if the sun was yellow? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Proudfoot, when did you leave town?
Early February.
He's getting redder.
So you had been gone for days before he went missing. Is that correct?
Correct, ma'am.
I wish she would leave this camera up the whole time, really.
Had you visited home since you left?
You said from when I initially left.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I came home February 26th, the morning I was told that he was missing.
From the time that you left for the job in Memphis to February 26th, did you visit the home?
Yes, ma'am.
He just tried to get out of that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Oh.
did. Yes, he did. Until she asked him
Asked
directly.
it again. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, give him the benefit. He's going to answer why. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn you, golf. All right. Gosh, we got this big red shiny balloon and golf just runs by and goes, hello.
I'm sorry.
Later. All right.
Had you visited home since you left?
You said from when I initially left.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I came home February 26th, the morning I was told that he was missing.
From the time that you left for the job in Memphis to February 26th, did you visit the home?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I was home. I can't give exact dates. Law enforcement has told me not to provide exact dates, but I had been home multiple times prior to February. And then I left early February and then didn't come back till February 26th. The morning he was missing.
So you were not home from the time you left early February till Feb 26. Is that right?
Correct, ma'am.
Where were you living in Memphis?
I have an RV trailer that I stay in at an RV park.
RV park. Okay. Following back up on that morning, you search the home, Miss Proudfoot. Then you get in your vehicle and you start searching. Did Sebastian know how to drive?
No, ma'am.
Was your car in the same location when you woke up that morning as it was the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Has your car been searched by police?
Multiple times. Yes, ma'am.
Have scent dogs looked at your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So your car's in the same place. You get in the car, you start looking in the neighborhood for him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Damn, she is.
Then
on fire
you
this
call Mr.
episode.
Proudfoot, right?
I believe I was already on the phone with him at that point.
Okay. Question. Who called 911?
I did.
You did.
Pay
What
attention.
time?
I thought the bio. Wait, I thought the. Oh, he called the bio dad. Wait, what?
He's
wait,
gonna
huh?
say, yeah. Listen to this, and he's gonna thing.
Okay.
Hold on. Listen to this.
Because okay, but what's before we get into it though? Isn't it? What was? I thought he called the bio dad, and the bio dad's the one that called 911 on the
No.
freeway, right?
Nope. That is possible, but he's the one that called, though.
He's the one?
Yeah, he's the one that called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
time?
Without looking at a call log, I can't give you the exact time, but on or about 6:20.
And had you guys been talking on the phone before 6 a.m. or did you initially call Mr. Proudfoot at the time you realized Sebastian was gone?
I called him when I realized Sebastian was gone.
Have you guys been out looking for Sebastian?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
We were given information that you guys have left the home. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I'm going back to work.
I thought you said that you didn't.
It was up in the
What
air.
about you?
Yeah, it was up in the air, bro.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago it was up in the air.
This is why she's asking so many damn questions, because she's gonna catch him in lies.
I
Damn
think
straight.
she's got them from law enforcement too.
Yeah, yeah.
But and I
Damn.
wanted to say something about those dates. Again, maybe law enforcement did say don't give the dates, but that's not. But we don't know. That could be a bunch of crap. It could be his answer. Oh well, law enforcement. Because remember the other interview, law enforcement said I can't give those dates that I came back. Well, we don't know if that's true or not. Nancy doesn't know if that's true or not. You see what I'm saying?
What the fuck? Yeah, right, Emily. Nancy is testing how much they'll fucking lie. He didn't call 911 later. He says he called Sumner County Sheriff directly, not 911. What's up, Gemini? Very sus cakes. But he said he wasn't there 2 seconds. Wow. We're going to, you know what? We're going to re-listen to this on the road trip tomorrow back up there. Or down. Man, see, this is why you need to, I mean, it's cool to listen to the audio, but damn, you got to see this shit. Because it tells a whole different story when you see the reactions and everything that goes along with the words. Man, this is crazy.
Miss Proudfoot?
And I'm not going back to work. Not yet, at least.
Did you leave the home also, Miss Proudfoot?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
To accompany my husband going back to work, and then I'm coming back.
Okay. When will you be back? Do you know yet?
No, not yet.
Are you concerned about being away while the search is ongoing?
Absolutely, I am.
Then why are you going?
Because my son could be anywhere, and we're looking everywhere and anywhere.
I've got a question for you.
Yes,
I want to find out about Mr. Proudfoot hitting Sebastian with a belt. What happened?
That was actually several years ago, and it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot.
one-
To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought you were asking Katie. Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying. And I had asked him, I said, hey, you got to have a punishment for this. He says, yes, sir. And I said, okay. So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes, one swat.
What did he lie about?
Honestly, I don't remember at the time, but it was probably something dealing with school because that's majority where his issues lie.
Did he have other issues at school?
Some behavioral stuff, but nothing too crazy.
What kind of behavioral stuff?
He has a hard time. He's like awkwardly socially like blending in with students. So it's a little, he's trying to figure out how to do it, but respecting people's space. He gets a little too close. And then kids don't really accept that too much. So it kind of causes an issue. But he'll not stop and he continues on. So then it causes an issue. And instead of being honest about it, he'll lie like, no, I didn't. Okay, Sebastian.
We're lying about doing
Was
what?
that the first time? Was that the first time you had ever hit him with a belt?
Yes, ma'am. The one and only time, actually.
Now that's a lie.
When was this?
Years ago, ma'am.
Several.
This is
Any
him
idea?
lying.
How
Look
many?
at him.
3, 10, 1.
It probably at least 3 years ago.
I don't understand how that turned into a CPS or Child Protective Services complaint. How
Right,
were
Allison?
they alerted that you hit him with a belt?
That did not turn into a CPS service call.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There is one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife and myself.
What happened?
At the time, my ex-wife had fled to New Mexico with my daughter. We're going through a custody and a divorce case at that time. And
Fled.
at the time, when I call and try to check in on my daughter.
Why would they flee from your ass? You know what I'm saying?
He's lying at that time. At that
Yeah.
time, yeah, he's repeating himself. Like he's flat out lying. I only hit him with the belt one time. You can so see that dude is lying. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
If you don't see that, I don't know.
Right, reality.
Again, this has nothing to do with him being guilty or innocent in this. It's got nothing to do with that.
And he just wanted friends for his fucking
And
birthday.
this is his own fault because he went on a show and he talked about shit like this. So I don't feel sorry for you, dude, because you put yourself there. I'm sorry. But you shouldn't lie about things like that.
There you go, Allison.
It makes me mad.
The nose that's growing. There's the bullshit emoji right there, Allison. Thank you.
Mhm.
The nose that just keeps growing. Wow. And there's so many, like, several years ago. I don't know, like
At that time.
3 years ago. Yeah.
No, no, no. I mean, and as I said, this, I'm not saying these people have anything to do with this, but they put themselves in a predicament by going on these shows and talking, too much. And
Mhm.
this is their own fault. Sorry. So now we're judging you. I'm sorry. We're looking at your face when you're lying. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, and you're talking to super sleuthers that can tell the difference between one answer and another within minutes. And dude, this is what I'm saying, everybody. If when it comes to like shit like this, right? If we all can work together and be that force, people like this will sit there and go, "Wait a minute, people are gonna call us out for our bullshit. We better
Hmm.
rethink this, hun."
Yeah. And as I say, they put themselves there. So that's why we're talking about them all this much. And that's why Nancy Grace has them on her show interrogating them, because she's asking all those questions that he flat out told people, like, I did this, I did that, in different shows. I haven't watched all of them, but I hear, so
Yeah,
it's crazy.
we need to have like a all interview episode or something, maybe this weekend
Hmm.
or Friday night or whatever, depending on the search stuff. But um, because I'd like to sit back one night, have my notebook out, and just go through all in order from the earliest to the last one, like right here, go in order, and then jot each one down in order and just see how it changes throughout
Hmm.
each interview. I think that'd be a good episode to do for
That's
the
a big,
weekend.
big, big, big undertaking, because he's been on so many.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, that's why it'll be like for the weekend or something when I'm gonna
Yeah.
be resting. I'll do a 6 hour show here at home in the studio and go through all of them. I think it'd be worth it to do all the interviews from the earliest to the latest, and kind of like we're deep diving, like a grub truck or something. We're
Hmm.
deep diving the interviews with these two from beginning to end and seeing how the story changes from one spider web to the next one,
Hmm.
and then
Mhm.
continue to do it from that point on.
And I want to regurgitate one more time. I don't like to think about people doing bad things to their children. That's why
Mhm.
I'm giving these two benefit of the doubt. At this point, I don't think they did anything, but who knows, right? So anything I say has nothing to do with them being guilty or innocent. This is just observation of them being parents as a whole, and that's it.
Mhm.
I'm here for Sebastian, and
Right.
I think that that boy was being disciplined in the wrong way, according to how I feel. That's all.
No, I feel the same way, um, and I'm just hearing some of this, so I totally agree with you. This is our future, you know. They deserve the most love out of anybody on this planet, children, and I just don't see. I don't know. I couldn't even be holding a month. It's like they're already desensitized from it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know? I'd be going crazier every day, like, if this was me, like, right now, I mean, shit, I'd be hair'd be falling out, I'd be so damn stressed,
Hmm.
you know? I
But
you would
we all treat our children differently. We all love our children differently. So that's what I'm saying. Some people just aren't that like you would be, right? So it doesn't mean that they would do harm to their child. You know what I mean? Just because they don't love them the same way as you do, or treat them the same way as you do. That's why we have to be careful when we're looking at these people, because we're looking at it from that lens of like, okay, they must be guilty, right? Because they don't treat their child the same like we would do. So, that's all. We have to be a little bit careful in that kind of judgment. But I'm not going to hold back and say, listen, I agree with how you disciplined your child or how you treated your child, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, well, you hurt them or you killed them. You know what I mean? Like that.
never called Sebastian by name.
No, Bubba.
But I do want to say this about the name Bubba.
Mhm.
In Alabama,
I'm good.
everybody is Bubba. Okay,
Yes.
if you have a brother, sister, if you are a sibling, and it is a term of endearment
But
rather than calling them by their name, and the parents do. Everybody says Bubba,
I
Bubba and
know,
Sissy.
but it's also a bit derogatory, if you know what I mean. Like you're putting that child down by also calling him Bubba. Like if you call him, "Hey son," or "Hey Sebastian," or something like that, it's not as like I understand Bubba being a terms of endearment, but at the same time, it can also be a term of putting someone down and
I mean,
derogatory.
it can, but usually not in a. I mean, he may have meant it that way, Golf. I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know, but
Yeah.
in around here, Bubba and Sissy are just what you call, your kid. I never did. I hate it. I hate that whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody calls them, and it's not meant to be derogatory. It just is. I don't know. And there are many people who grow up and they're still called Bubba by everybody, their friends. That's their nickname now.
Okay. I
Forever.
could be
It's
wrong.
Bubba.
I could be all wrong in this. It's just as I say, this is a personal preference. To me,
Yeah.
I would probably say, "Hey son, are you okay?"
Yeah,
Or "Hey
that's what I
Sebastian,
say.
are you okay?" Because when you're worried, you're not gonna bubba someone. You're gonna be like, "Hey son, are you okay?" You know what I mean? It's a little bit more you feel it when you think your child is hurt, right? You hear a
Yeah.
thud, it makes you worried. And then no ma'am, yes sir, all that put
Yeah.
together, to
Yeah.
me, that's what paints the whole picture. It's not just the word Bubba in itself. I'm putting it into that perspective.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Um
gonna keep reminding you, that you're beneath me, kind of shit.
Sort of, yeah, because it can
mhm.
be down-putting in circumstances, right? Even though, yes, I know in the South, I holler folk, I've been around them, so I know Bubba. It can be both things. It can be uh, a term of an endearment, but it can also be derogatory.
Yeah. I mean, that by itself doesn't make me think it was derogatory. However,
Mhm.
the yes ma'am, no ma'am, and I know some people, my parents were that way. From time to time, they would really enforce that. I say yes ma'am, and all that kind of stuff, and
Mhm.
I didn't most of the
Yeah.
time, but that is
Sure,
just
but
me.
you're not a special needs child, and special needs
Right.
children have maybe they forget things sometimes, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So this it's a little bit in a different situation
Right.
scenario, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is, and I mean, yeah. To me, it's not. I hate Bubba and Sissy. Like I
Mhm.
just don't like it. I never did. So yes, that's what when I'm talking to my kids, it's like son,
Mhm.
son, you know. But
And if you're worried about your son, you would probably call him son, or you would call him
yeah.
by his name, correct?
hmm
As you would address him.
Or a
Yeah.
nickname even,
Sorry to get so deep into it, but it's just an
No.
Yeah.
observation.
Nicknames. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even a
All
nickname,
my kids. All of
yeah.
my kids have nicknames. Yeah.
And yes, I did find a bag full of dog bones. We replayed that at the beginning of the episode. We did call it in. They came out and checked it. We didn't want to open it up too much, and they came out and checked it and went through all the other ones too. So it was a really, it was kind of creepy, when you see a bag full of bones just sitting there and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was unfortunately somebody was disrespecting an animal. So um but you can rewind to that part. It's as we get into the photos and the video in that segment. Yeah, this is a very telling interview, that's for sure.
Alerted
That
that you hit him with a belt.
that did not turn. That
I'm
did
good,
not turn
Leslie.
into a
Thank you. I
CPS
appreciate that.
service call.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There is one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife and myself.
What happened?
At the time, my ex-wife had fled to New Mexico with my daughter. We were going through a custody and a divorce case at that time. And at the time, when I'd call and try to check in on my daughter, I could never reach my ex-wife at that time. So a welfare check was requested. Law enforcement told me to call CPS if I had concerns. So I called CPS. Law enforcement did make a welfare call, and that was it.
Then how does that turn into a CPS complaint against you?
I have no idea, man. There's a lot of misinformation out there
Bullshit.
right now in regards to my.
They fucking tell you.
Yeah.
What do you mean? And how does it turn around on you when you're the one that called them? That's called you done fucked up something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason.
And it was probably the daughter telling stories to the mom, and that's why the mom didn't want to freaking. They had to flee. Why would you flee?
Disciplinary issues. Again, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It probably was disciplinary.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is crazy.
My New Mexico case that actually has no relevance to the Sebastian case.
Then was there even a CPS complaint against you?
Of course it does,
in New Mexico?
dude. It's a child.
It's not a.
Not
it's
that
not
I-
a case. It's your child.
Right.
I'm sorry. This is not a case for you. This is your child. Well, I mean, technically not your child, but your stepson. This is not a case. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy is just full of bullshit. And look at him. He thinks that he's like, he probably doesn't even realize the difference in things that he's saying. He's just, like you said, so full into it that he just believes whatever. And he probably lies so much he can't even keep up with his fucking lies. And that's what's happening for real.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
protection. At that time, you know, it's the protection for him.
Yeah, depersonalizing,
Mhm.
desensitized. Yeah, that's how they look.
Yeah.
Desensitized. And it's like, dude, I would be looking like freaking malnourished, you know, like you'd see big ass bags under my eyes, you know, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And then they're straight up calling Sebastian a liar in this show, which is like so unfair to the boy, you know, like he was a liar. The kid was a liar, so he needed to be beaten up with a
what kid doesn't lie at 15, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You like,
and it's probably, if he did lie, the poor child, it was protecting himself from them. He didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I mean?
Exactly.
So, there you go.
I mean, the only time I spanked my daughter was when she swore, and I didn't really spank her that much. I just made her eat soap.
Oh God!
What? I did.
Oh, I've done it too.
I
I've
was
done
like-
it too. Yeah.
I was like, I said, look, your ass is too old for me to spank. And I didn't really spank her. I didn't really spank her anyway. You know, I didn't really spank her anyway. No, really. I took away the thing that was most valuable, the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what my punishment was. I took away the phone and the computer. Read some books for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Draw some pictures, you know, do something creative instead of you know, because it was like, oh, I love my phone and my computer. Yeah, well, draw some pictures, write a story, you know, be creative instead of like making her be in pain. It was like, why don't you find some other ways to be creative while I take these distractions away from you? And not only do you learn from me taking the most precious thing for you, but at the same time, guess what happens? A week later, there's a bunch more pictures up on the wall, even though there's no grounding. You know, like there's a way to turn a negative into a positive. And 15 years old, they're gonna lie to you. It's just part of it. It's called being a kid. You know?
Yeah.
And because it was something at school,
Testing boundaries. It's what they all do, of course.
Man, it's ridiculous.
I am aware of, and my attorney and myself have well educated
Right,
on
Queen?
my case, and there's nothing that we know of.
Was there a TRO taken out against you
What's
regarding
Yes, ma'am.
your daughter?
What's a TRO? What is that?
I don't know. Some kind of restraining order, but I'm not sure what the T stands for.
Oh, temporary.
Oh, temporary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had to get those on the mama. Damn straight.
Not a TRO, but a TPO.
A TPO.
A temporary protective order. Why was that taken out?
What?
So in regards to that case, my ex-wife had a TPO put against her in Tennessee at the time. When we went to court, that got dissolved. I was ordered to hand my daughter back over to my ex-wife at the time. She gets in a truck. She fleds to New Mexico. 2 days later, she files one in retaliation.
Is it still in place?
No, ma'am. That was dropped within, I think, 2 weeks of it being put in place.
I've got a question about the belt incident. You're telling me that was the only time that you ever hit Sebastian with a belt.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also telling me that did not make it to CPS?
No, ma'am, that did not.
It should have.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding Faith's furniture.
Yes,
a few days after Sebastian goes missing, did you replace furniture in Faith's room?
No, ma'am, I have not replaced any furniture in my daughter's room.
Is there any new furniture in the home?
Yes, ma'am, there's a bed that was given to me and it's currently in my garage.
Has anything been taken out of the home?
No, ma'am.
I was curious about a statement that Miss Proudfoot made earlier that canine dogs hit on the barn around the home and near a retention pond. Did that happen?
I'm not sure about the barn, but the retention pond, yes.
Because law enforcement says the dogs did not hit. But Miss
There's
Proudfoot says they did hit around the retention pond.
So there's been a lot of miscommunication in regards to what is and what is not. To help clear that up, law enforcement has actually spoken directly with me, showed me a few things. What I can tell you is from day one, there was 5 dogs that started the scent for the search. And then after that, from the next 8 days out from that, there have been dogs from all over the country that have come in and done searches and had scent hits in various locations. But I would say a certain percentage of them tend to go toward the same spot, which would have been a retention pond.
So the law enforcement dogs did not hit on the retention pond. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they did. There was at least 3 that I know for a fact that did hit on the retention pond.
And the pond has been drained, correct? And there was nothing there.
Yes, ma'am. They have walked it, drained it, and there's nothing. The retention pond was only knee deep anyways.
On one occasion, Mr. Proudfoot, you stated that you and Mrs. Proudfoot have been, quote, vetted and cleared of foul play. That was stated on Chronicles of Olivia. Is that true? What do you mean by that?
Yes. So after working with law enforcement of all agencies, they have actually told us that there is no foul play, no nefarious issues. We've been cleared of all wrongdoing. We are working extremely cooperative with all law enforcement agencies at any point in time that they've called, come to the house, anything.
Was Sebastian angry or upset before he disappeared?
No, ma'am.
Not to my knowledge.
What is your theory about where is Sebastian?
I wish I knew where he was, to be honest.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Why?
Because I feel like if he had been close to the house or had walked off, that we would found him by now with as many people as we had searching.
Have you checked his social media?
He doesn't have social media.
Have you checked his phone?
His phone has been thoroughly checked, yes, ma'am.
Have you handed your phones to police, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we have.
I just want to say I spoke to a neighbor and yes, I did find a bag of bones. When I first spoke to the neighbor, when I first pulled up to the house, before I even took pictures and I spoke to that neighbor, it didn't even make sense to her, and she lived right behind him.
Mm.
She doesn't trust this shit either, and she lives right behind him.
And when is the last time she saw this child?
She was gone on vacation when it happened.
Oh, okay.
And when she came back, she said she came back and this is everything that was taking place. Because I asked her, I was like, "Well, were you here when?" She's like, "No, I was out of town while that happened." I was like, "Okay," but when I was asking her about the area and stuff, she's like, "It just don't make sense." It had to whisper shit to me because she probably didn't want her neighbors to hear. And I don't know why people were chasing other people away, because that lady, I told her, she saw my hat, YouTube Evil CJ. She knew I was a YouTuber, and she was totally cool. So,
hey, CJ, I'm going to have to bounce because I have to work in the morning.
Okay.
But, and all of my people who are watching from my channel, please go to @EvilCJ. And to finish this, I wish I could
it'll
finish
be good. It stays live on your channel even if you leave the.
Does it? Oh, okay. All right.
I think so.
Well, then,
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, I usually stop it from my end, but I don't have to do that as long as it stops with yours. I'll just leave it up then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it does.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for everything, all your help today.
Oh, no problem. And yeah, I won't see you for a couple of days, but I'll listen when I can.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And hope it
Bye.
goes quick for you. See you later.
All right. Bye, golf.
Bye.
Let me see here. There's still 30 more minutes of this thing. This is crazy. She must have had like a legal notepad full of questions the way she's burning through them. Really?
Oh yeah.
And like Jason said, it's like LE said, "Hey, ask him these questions." I mean,
yep.
But she needs to like take over for Judge John Judge, because she is prepared. Like I'm sitting here going, normally these people don't top my preparedness, and when I'm coming to this episode, I'm like, damn, Nancy, you outworked my fucking ass. Like,
I mean, can you imagine how they feel, those two people there getting
right.
interrogated like that on national television?
That's why they're looking like that, probably, because they're like, man, we thought this was going to be a puff piece.
Exactly. It started out smooth and like, and a little bit more melodic, and then boom, she goes into it.
She is on fire, Gemini. Damn straight. Yeah, she knows what to ask. Damn straight.
Has police searched all of your devices, your laptop, your iPad, everything?
Everything. Yes, ma'am.
Good night, Nancy.
Other than you, Miss Proudfoot, who is the last person that saw or heard Sebastian alive the Sunday before he went missing?
Two of his aunts, a cousin, and the staff where we had dinner.
And that was at BJ's the night before or the bowling alley?
So BJ's, and then we went to the bowling alley, and then after the bowling alley, we went to dinner before coming home.
I want to follow up again on the dogs hitting. Earlier, Ms. Proudfoot had stated the dogs hit around the house, the barn, and at the retention pond. Is that correct?
I don't know about the barn, but I do know that they did track to the pond. Yes.
Did the dogs also hit around the house?
Yes, ma'am.
On the outside of the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Were they scent dogs or cadaver dogs?
They brought in both cadaver and tracking dogs.
But which one, bro?
Which dog hit? A cadaver dog or a scent dog?
Scent dog.
It's all been scent dogs that have hit. The cadaver dogs have not hit on anything that we know of.
Thank God.
What do you believe Sebastian was wearing when he disappeared? And would that have been what he slept in?
Yes. So the clothes, the black sweatpants with the white stripes and the long sleeve black shirt, that is what he went to bed in. And the reason that I believe he was still wearing those clothes is because when we searched, I did not find those clothes in the house. So I have to assume that that's what he was still wearing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Did you say that's what he wore when he went to bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Joining us right now, in addition to Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot, the bio mom and stepdad of Sebastian, an all-star panel. First to Brian Trasher joining us, Vice President of the Cajun Navy, who has joined the search. Brian, thank you for being with us. Who asked you to join the search?
Well, we had deployed a team up to Nashville, Tennessee last week in response to the missing college student, Riley Strain. And we stayed up there until he was found. While we were in the area, we had a lot of people reaching out to us on social media saying that there was a young boy who had been missing for several weeks that was only about 20 miles away from where we were. So we talked to a few people, got some information, and decided to deploy part of our team that was already up there to Sumter County to investigate and see what we could do to help out.
You went on your own. Were you asked to join?
We were asked to join. I'm not sure specifically who some of our people talk to, but we get requests all the time, and we'll reach out. We'll try to get either a family member or a close friend of the family, just so we know we're talking to people connected to the family. And somebody had reached out and asked us to join since we already had assets so close to Sumter County.
Tell me what you have been doing, Brian Trasher. Everyone with me, the VP of the Cajun Navy, who has joined in the search. You can find them at CajunNavyRelief.com. Brian, tell me what you guys have been doing.
Just real for the United Cajun Navy, we're the original group that everybody hears about. There's other groups that use the Cajun Navy name to try to fundraise off of our efforts. Cajun Navy Relief is not affiliated with us at all. We are www.unitedcajunnavy.org. We're the original. We're the real ones.
Again, what exactly have you been doing on the search?
So we've had a canine, our own canine team who is already participating in the search for Riley Strain up there searching around. We've talked with the lead investigator with Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Agent Simmons. We've talked a lot with him and trying to coordinate efforts, because we always try to coordinate with law enforcement and make sure we're not getting in the way, duplicating efforts, or putting out any.
You know what, Mr. Trasher, let me just cut the chase here. Isn't it true that this weekend, pursuant to your search, that cadaver dogs hit in an area that had been closed off because of a prior hurricane, and it is on federal property? Bones and other items were found at that time. I found that very odd, as it would relate to Sebastian. Even if it was Sebastian, his body would not have been skeletonized at this time. Can you tell me now that what was found over the weekend is not connected to Sebastian? Yes, no?
No.
Not
No,
connected to
that hit,
Sebastian.
That hit was, yeah, That's correct. That hit was not
Wow.
connected to Sebastian.
Well, that's going to be important to make sure, for the future when it comes to. I'm sure some people might not catch that, so we gotta let people know if they are claiming the hit was it's not coming straight from this dude right here. So that's
Why do we have to learn this from Nancy Grace, though?
right. Yeah.
That's he's very evading all those questions. He was evading when she asked who asked you to come, what did you do so far? He's
Right.
evading everything, and that makes me question a lot. But I'm not even gonna go there. I just don't like this dude the way he's evading all the questions.
Because I've seen other people kind of comment the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Joining me also, in addition to Brian Trasher, who has been leading the Cajun Navy in its search for Sebastian. Hold on, Brian. Other than those hits, have there been any other dog hits in and around the home or elsewhere?
Not from our K9 team.
That's a good point too. Natalie D brings up. I think he's doing it on purpose to protect the investigation. Because why wouldn't you say, yeah, the dad called us? Because with Riley Strain, the parents said that they called him, and he
Yeah, but
said that the parents called him. So why this time?
he's like, because it was like such a big drama about mom was like, we called in the United Cajun Navy, and then no, it was the bio. I don't know. It's so he's evading that part, and then he's evading this part that we just spoke of, and then he's very well. You'll see. He talks about the YouTubers and stuff like that as well.
Uh,
Uh,
we
yeah.
fucking what, dude? Did you not hear the fucking spokesperson for the
Mm-hmm.
parents of Riley Strain, and he thanked all of us
Mm-hmm.
2/3 more than he thanked the LE.
So there's a reason that
What?
yeah. You'll see. That's why you guys are not you're not going to be able to film with them. He says something so stupid. He's like, if you do live video, you can edit that. And he said, I rather have people just make little video clips, and then they can
That's an
then
edit.
that's what I'm
That's an edit.
saying. Like he's so contradictive. And so anyway, listen to what the dude has to say, because
What the hell?
he's very anti, and I don't understand why.
Come to my channel. Shit
Mhm.
barely even gets clipped, and we don't cut shit out.
I mean, you don't do that on a live. You can't.
Even my
So
fumbaloos. Huh. Interesting. That's
Mhm.
so what? He's got an ad. That's
Oh, you'll
crazy.
see. You'll see.
Man, when I was standing at that vigil and I heard them thank everybody,
Mhm.
all of us for bringing all that awareness to it, because we did. We did. Like, how in the hell, just a couple days later, what, did he not like us out there when we were doing what we were doing?
Well, I
Like,
think it's competition to what he's doing. This dude seems a little bit competitive too. So,
bro, we're in
yeah,
different we're in different subcategories.
sure,
I'm
but
not I'm not your
he's doing.
fucking competition.
They're doing the same thing you guys are doing. Any YouTuber out there, they're doing the same exact thing, except they coordinate with the law enforcement because now they have a name and they have an organization behind them. But so it's in bottom line, it's you're doing the same thing. So I think personally, it's a little bit of a competitive streak, but um, I could be wrong.
Man, that's right, Allison. You know what? Let us dude, who come on now. We're out there doing when dude, when I have a local taking me to certain spots he wants to check because it's just a couple minutes down from the house and he thinks it's suspicious, and then yeah, it might have been a bag full of dog bones, but dude, it's like he said, if it was gone through, it would have been ripped open. That shows you, like, come on. Who else found a bag of fucking bones? What
Mhm.
other fucking YouTuber or LE found a bag of full of fucking bones?
And to be honest, the more the merrier. I mean, that's the thing, is you need boots on the ground in these situations. So why deter from that? Why take away from that? Why make it
Right.
so difficult and so
And we do it,
negative?
and we don't ask for money from them.
Nope. And why make it so negative? And that this dude is making it very negative. Oh no. Well, keep going. You'll hear him. You won't like it.
Okay. It makes, gosh, man,
Mhm.
I almost,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I'm kind of questioning some things tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll just keep that to myself for today.
I'm very concerned, Brian, as you can imagine, because LE law enforcement has stated there were no canine hits outside the home, which I find very, very disturbing. Because if he had gone outside, particularly barefoot, there would definitely have been a scent trail. Now we're hearing from the Proudfoots that there was a hit around that retention pond. How far is that pond from your home, Mr. Proudfoot?
Less than probably half a mile if you walk the whole path.
Is it through wooded area? Would he have had to walk through the woods to get there?
No, ma'am. You can actually walk either the main road or the subdivision. So the construction site is a subdivision, new addition that's being built, and they have a road that's going to be tied into our subdivision. So you could actually walk up that way, or you could walk to the main road and walk into it.
Did Sebastian ever sleepwalk?
No, ma'am.
That's a
So
good
he would have had to
question.
leave the house undetected by Katie and walk all the way to that retention pond. Did the dogs follow the trail a half a mile?
Yes, ma'am.
They followed the trail all the way to that retention pond?
Yes, ma'am.
Shitty part is you can't even
That's very curious, as they
take
are
what he
saying the
says
dogs
as
didn't
fact.
pick anything up. Back to you, Brian Trasher. Did you guys search anywhere other than that federal property where the false?
It's like the homeless guy for fucking Riley Strain. Yeah, I got the shirt off the rail and he walked that way. And then all of a sudden he's found with his shirt. You know, I had so many people coming in saying, yeah, but the homeless guy has a shirt. And I have Officer Najee right next to me saying, I ain't seen anything that's been confirmed. And then look what happened. There's a reason why it wasn't confirmed, because the dude was found with this freaking shirt on.
Correct.
So now you're gonna say, yeah, the scent all the way over there, dude. And then she slaps your ass is like, no, bullshit. Next person.
Mhm.
Damn. You know what? Me and Nancy Grace, we've had a love-hate relationship for a while. All right. And it started about a year ago, almost. And I
feel you.
gotta say, Nancy, I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Positive was. Yes, no.
No.
Joining me is Courtney Lasky, high-profile behavior analyst, autism expert, chief clinical officer with Little Starts Therapy. Courtney, thank you for being with us. At this juncture, we know Sebastian to be most likely with people he doesn't know, if in fact he is still alive. How would that affect a young boy with autism?
It would affect him greatly. Based on the diagnosis of autism, we know that they typically have deficits with communication, social skills, and they display some rigid and repetitive behaviors. If, in fact, he is with someone else who does not know him well, that would be entirely out of his routine. He could be engaging in behaviors that he hasn't engaged in before. He could be looking for an escape. He could be looking to get out of those aversive situations. We know that not every autistic individual will wander, but those who do wander, 36%, it's to get out of an aversive situation. It's to get away from something that's overwhelming or overstimulating to them.
Ms. Proudfoot, does he know your phone number? Can he call you if he could get access to a phone?
We have gone over my phone number. I don't know that in a high stress time he would remember it, but yes, I have taught him my phone number.
Was he ever allowed to go visit friends' homes?
He didn't get invited, but had he been, yes, we have had play dates in the past.
Would he go there on foot?
No, ma'am.
Joining me now is Lauren Conlon, investigative journalist, host of the Outlier podcast, host of Corruption, What Happened to Grant Solomon. And you can find her at laurenconlon.com. Lauren, thank you so much for being with us. What can you tell me about that stretch of road, if anything, between Sebastian's home and that retention pond?
Well, look, Nancy, I mean, I think like everything else about this case, it is very confusing because the public hasn't heard much from the police. We haven't heard much from the Proudfoots, obviously, when it comes to that, or Seth Rogers. And now I'm learning a lot here as I hear Chris Proudfoot say, okay, we can't speak about this because of law enforcement. And now with the Cajun Navy coming in, I think a lot of us are very excited that they are going to basically canvass this road, and they are actually telling civilians to hang back. Nobody needs to search this anymore. You need to stop. You need to stop helping and let us work with law enforcement and take over. Now, I called the Sumner County Sheriff's Office yesterday because of all the misinformation going around. And I got to be honest with you, they didn't even know what was going on with this road, with the recreation search. They were either very elusive or they were very confused. But either way, it's very concerning because the people, as well as myself, I don't live in Tennessee. I cover a lot of Tennessee. We are very concerned for Sebastian. We are very concerned. And so,
okay, so let me just stop you right there, Ms. Conlon. Ms. Conlon, everyone is concerned, but let me remind everyone that law enforcement is under no duty at all to tell us or anybody else, including the Proudfoots, anything. They are not representing the Proudfoots. They are representing justice, and they will do what they have to do. The fact that they're not giving us a blow by blow is their business. Does it mean they're stymied? I don't know. Does it mean they know more than we think they do? I don't know the answer to that. But just because they're not releasing an ongoing investigative file is not a concern to me. At this juncture, I am collecting facts in the best way I know how. Now,
and I'm going to pause it real quick. Please quit putting misinformation in the chat that they called off the search tomorrow. I'm signed up, people. I get the fucking alert. If the search is called off, I'll let you know the search is called off because I'll be the first to know, okay? So please don't come in here and try and I know you're a troll. Don't come in here and try and take attention away from people trying to search for Sebastian. You're fucking wrong. Get the fuck out of this community. Grow the fuck up. I just wanted to say that real quick. Quit spreading misinformation. This search is still on tomorrow, as far as I know. So stop.
Regarding that route from the Proudfoot home.
Same person that was in my chat earlier giving me wrong fucking directions, asshole. Get the fuck out of here.
Home to the retention pond. Is it your understanding, Lauren Conlon, that there were no hits by scent or cadaver dogs along that route?
Correct, Nancy. It is my understanding there were no hits from the dogs.
It is very confusing. It's confusing. You know, sometimes, Lauren, when we try to put together a puzzle, but we're missing a few pieces and we don't know what piece we're missing, you can't put the puzzle together. We're missing things from this puzzle. And right now, I'm on a fact-finding mission. I am pointing the finger at no one because I want to find Sebastian. I want to go to Dr. Jory Crossan joining me. And guys, again, please, Proudfoots, Trasher, Lasky, Conlon, jump in if you have a thought or you want to contradict, because a lot of this is elusive. We don't know everything. To you, Jory Crossan, joining us, former law enforcement, now faculty, St. Leo University, very well-known psychologist and author of Operation SOS. You can find him at drjory.com. Dr. Jory, thank you for being with us. Many people have made much of the fact that when interviewed, the Proudfoots do not look at the camera. They look away, they don't cry, and they don't seem upset. Now, that may or may not mean anything. People can be very upset, crying, screaming, cursing.
Yes, they requested public help. That's why I went and signed up today.
May show no emotion at all. They may be numb by the time interviews are happening. I'm very different. When I talk about my fiance's murder or I talk about my dad's death, I still cry, even when I swear I'm not going to. But everyone reacts differently. I'm going to throw this directly to Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot. Much has been made. I'll ask you. You very often look away, don't look at who's asking you questions, show no emotion. Much has been made of that. And I'd like to hear your response. I'm not judging one way or the other. I'd like to hear your response.
So the fact of not looking at the camera all the time is because a picture of my son is sitting beside me, and I'm looking at him. As far as the crying thing, I have been crying off and on nonstop for a month.
Really? If you were, the bags under your eyes would be so fucking puffy, they would stick out farther than the fucking puffiness on top. That right there is not a face of crying for a month. Maybe somebody that can't get any sleep the last few days. But not somebody that's been crying for a fucking month, because those right there would be puffy as hell.
True that.
That's some bullshit right there. And her eyes would be bloodshot.
Mm-hmm.
Many people have asked me, why did Miss Proudfoot not call 911 immediately? And here's your chance to answer that.
Because by the time I realized my son was missing and I called my husband, at that point I was hysterical. I was at the point where I couldn't even form words anymore, and my husband is the one who remained calm enough to call them.
And to be honest with you, Miss Grace, the way we live outside of city limits, so you don't call 911 because you get routed to a dispatching hub who asks what's your location, and then they route you to another dispatcher to talk to give this story. I cut all of that out and I called straight to the sheriff's department.
Did you catch that, CJ?
Yeah.
Did you catch what he just said?
It gets rerouted and
Wait,
rerouted.
no, go back and listen.
What? Hold on.
Go back and listen.
Foot, not call 911 immediately. And here's your chance to answer that.
Oh, this question and then the response?
Listen to what he says.
Not call 911 immediately. I'm not judging one way or the other. I'd like to hear your response.
Not this.
No, I'm letting it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm letting it.
So the fact of not looking at the camera all the time is because a picture of my son is sitting beside me, and I'm looking at him. As far as the crying thing, I have been crying off and on nonstop for a month.
Oh, Natalie. That mom is not.
Many people have asked me, why did Miss Proudfoot not call 911 immediately? And here's your chance to answer that.
Because by the time I realized my son was missing and I called my husband, at that point I was hysterical. I was at the point where I couldn't even form words anymore, and my husband is the one who remained calm enough to call them.
And to be honest with you, Miss Grace, the way we live outside of city limits, so you don't call 911 because you get routed to a dispatching hub who asks what's your location, and then they route you to another dispatcher to talk to give this story.
Did you catch that?
Cut all of that.
You missed it again? He says to give this story. That's significant in my book. Is this a story, sir? Or is this what happened? You see what I mean?
As far as the crying thing, I have been crying off and on nonstop for a month.
Many people have asked me, why did Miss Proudfoot not call 911 immediately? And here's your chance to answer that.
Because by the time I realized my son was missing and I called my husband, at that point I was hysterical. I was at the point where I couldn't even form words anymore, and my husband is the one who remained calm enough to call them.
And to be honest with you, Miss Grace, the way we live outside of city limits, so you don't call 911 because you get routed to a dispatching hub who asks what's your location, and then they route you to another dispatcher to talk to give this story. I cut all of that out and I called straight to the sheriff's department.
He slipped that in there. Not
That's
even
a slip. That's a slip. I'm telling you. And
damn, I feel bad because I'm usually on top of it.
That's a total slip on his end to call this a story. Like, this is not a story.
Their story.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, well, he said that by mistake. That's a slip. That's a total slip.
Yeah, that's just your mouth running quicker than your brain is.
Yeah, you don't use that word. It's weird to use that word.
I'm going to rewind that just a teeny bit and listen to that part again.
Anymore, and my husband is the one who remained calm enough to call them.
And to be honest with you, Miss Grace, the way we live outside of city limits, so you don't call 911 because you get routed to a dispatching hub who asks what's your location, and then they route you to another dispatcher to talk to give this story. I cut all of that out and I called straight to the sheriff's department because they have jurisdiction of where we live. So sorry that I decided to bypass a few steps and go straight to the source, where they responded within 10 minutes of the phone call being made.
Yeah.
Miss Proudfoot, that evening, were you drinking?
No, ma'am.
Had you used any type of drug at all, even OTC, over the counter?
No, ma'am.
And you had no argument with Sebastian that night?
No, ma'am.
You stated you put the dogs away into a crate before you went to bed. Is the crate located near the exit, near a door?
No, ma'am.
Would the dogs have barked if there had been an intruder or if Sebastian had left?
The dogs don't typically bark at me and Sebastian because they're used to us. Even if we get up, we come around, they don't typically bark. Strangers, they do tend to bark, at least for a minute or two to get attention. But no, ma'am, they don't typically bark at Sebastian and myself or Christopher.
What kind of dogs are they?
Morkies.
Yorkies?
Question. Where is their crate?
Did she say Yorkies?
Morkies or Yorkies? I don't know what she said.
Those things bark all the fucking time.
I have no idea.
Especially if there's a noise. Yeah, they're, they got the short man complex where they always fucking, well, I'm just saying they really do. They almost pretend like, they always pretend like,
I know.
like Brett Payne. They're the pit bulls,
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
it's getting super late. I have to get up and work in the morning.
You're good.
but,
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Send me a link. I'll try to help as much as I can. I
I
have a couple of
appreciate you.
meetings throughout the day, but as much as I can.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for everything. And
Have
I'm
a good
sorry
night,
again.
everybody in chat.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night. Sorry
You
again
too.
about the earbud dying on you.
It's okay.
I still feel bad.
No, it's okay.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you for everything. Appreciate you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Good night. Oh boy, this
Located.
interview.
In the area near my sunroom.
Over by the
In
kitchen.
your son's. Okay, hold on. Is
No,
it
son,
outside
not
your
son.
son's room?
No, ma'am. Not
Sunroom.
Sebastian's room. Son. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
The sunroom, and that's not near the door.
No, ma'am.
Not near the front door.
It's near my back door, but not any of the other doors.
Yes, from what I've seen, the layout of the home, it is near the back door, and they would have heard someone coming in and out that back door. Correct?
And the dog's barking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No barking. Do you have a chime or anything on your doors that would alert you to the door opening?
No, ma'am.
You work in
Miss
Security.
Grace, could I jump
Question.
in for something?
Yes, please. And I want to follow up with a question
Yes.
regarding Miss Proudfoot's polygraph. But please, Lauren, jump in. Everybody on the
Thank you.
panel. Now is the time to ask the Proudfoots any question that may shed light on what has happened to Sebastian. We are not in a judging arena. We are in a fact-finding arena. We can then assimilate the facts and make deductions. Please jump in. Lauren Conlon is
Yes.
joining me. You can find her at Lauren Emily Conlon. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. And now this might be for Brian as well. Yesterday, when the dogs hit and everybody's going crazy, YouTubers, internet, TikTokers, and we figure out it's not Sebastian, and
Not going crazy. We fucking worry, and then we're like, oh my gosh. Come on.
police are not involved, the TBI is not involved. Did you call the Proudfoots and let them know that this was not Sebastian? Did you tell them ahead of time that you were searching these areas? Did they know what you were doing, or was this specifically just through Seth Rogers?
Yeah, so Seth Rogers is Sebastian's biological father, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he was there, and as Miss Grace alluded to earlier.
What? He just asked if Seth was the biological father?
Did they know what you
He
were
asked
doing, or
him
was
if
it
Seth
specifically
was the
just
bi-
through Seth Rogers?
Yeah, so Seth Rogers is Sebastian's biological father, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he was there, and as Miss Grace alluded to earlier,
And he
it would not
waited
have
for him
been,
to answer?
It would not have been typical, or possibly even probable that he could have skeletonized after only a few weeks. So I'm not sure about the Proudfoots, but his father definitely did know. Also wanted to echo what Miss Nancy said earlier about the police. One of the reasons we got called in, there was a lot of social media personalities reaching out to us, kind of complaining that they didn't feel like the police were doing enough. But really, it's just what Miss Nancy said. It's that they're not under obligation to give daily or every other day updates. They are doing an investigation. We have been in very close contact with TBI, and I can tell everybody with 100% certainty they are on top of it. They are not letting their foot off the gas at all on the search for Sebastian or trying to find out what happened to him. The YouTubers and TikTokers that do live stream probably do the most harm. We appreciate the attention that they bring to things, but when you do a live stream, you don't have any control over what gets seen by potentially the entire world. So we would, we can't.
I get that. And that's why we won't even have the camera on. I mean, I get that. If you do, you come across something, I mean, but they're cool with taking video, so you can take video of what he's talking about. I mean, come on, dude, whatever. I'm sorry. And I'm speaking from experience. Damn straight. I even said it this morning when there was threats. When there was threats being warned about this morning. When we got there. And I said, I'm glad I have it on camera because I have good intentions. And so I know I'm not going to do I'm not going to do anything that's in the wrong because I have good intentions. And I'm glad that it's going to be on camera because I don't want to be blamed for not having good intentions in a situation. And it is like that with every trip that I go to. It's not only for you, but it's for my own fucking protection. It's for my own protection. I get it. You don't want to come up to I get it. I totally get it. You you don't want to come up to evidence and have something seen. You know what I'm saying? But look at what we did today. Perfect example. Look at what we did today. Did we dig into the bag? Did we open it? Did we search it? Did we no. We moved some oh shit. Wow, this is something. Little teeny bit. And all of a sudden we saw something. So when we call them out, they come out there. They thank us. They thank us for calling them out there to double check. They thanked us for calling because it's better to be safe than sorry. When they were going through the bag, I stepped back. Did I zoom in on what they were doing? No. Did once I realized that it was a bag full of frickin' dog bones, then we showed it real quick. Not even I wasn't even going to take a zoomed in picture of it. So to sit there and say that YouTubers, maybe you're speaking of other channels, maybe. But when it comes to this guy right here, there's a reason why I do what I do. There's a reason when I'm doing it, and I know what the hell I'm doing. If I come across something that is like that, because if I didn't, what do you think would have happened when I found the bone for the Riley strain on the I found that bone going through the riverbank. I found these bones going there today. When did I ever be disrespectful? When did I ever not do what I was supposed to? And when did I ever do what people are claiming on here or in chat when it comes to that part? That is one of my safety protections. And if you want to take my safety away, that's fine. Then don't ask me to do what I'm doing. Because I'm not going to do what I'm doing if I'm not safe. Just like when I walk down all these places or I rappel off something and everybody's freaking out because, oh my gosh, I can't watch CJ. I can't watch. I get it. But I'm not doing anything until I'm safe. Because safety is number one. And if you're going to tell me that I can't do what I need to do to be safe, well, then I guess I just don't need to do what the fuck I'm doing. So if this is how it's going to be, there's other things I can do to bring awareness to the case, if that's how you're going to play it. Because if you're going to say videos are cool, then what the fuck's the difference? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you, somebody's going to make a fucking video out of evidence, bro. They're going to make a video out of it more than they're going to make a live stream because a video is going to get way more fucking views. I don't know what to think about tomorrow. I really need to sleep on it. And we're going to have a discussion tomorrow on the road. we're going to have a discussion tomorrow about this. Because if you're asking me not to be safe, I don't need to do what I'm doing. There's plenty other fucking missing people out there. There's plenty other fucking cases out there that need attention too. And if you don't want to let the community do what we just did for Riley fucking Strain, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
Tell people what not to do. They have free speech. It's their own accounts they're using. Not helpful to do live streams during searches like that. If you want to do it, do a video that you could potentially edit later.
Potentially,
bro,
what
the amount of misinformation. That's why social media is not necessarily your house. We go in and do search and rescue. You have to trust the process, like we do. We trust law enforcement is going to have this wrapped up probably very soon.
Brian,
Yeah,
however, I want to make sure that you are not encouraging citizen sleuths to stop looking, because I've had many cases where we put out the warning and they actually spot a missing person. I mean, I only have to point to Gabby Petito, whose remains were found in dispersed camping way out west by a citizen. Who had
don't
heard
do a
about the
live
case.
stream.
So,
Don't do a live
you know,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
sometimes their
Dude.
information is wrong.
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation tomorrow, please. Tomorrow on the road, we're going to have a deep conversation about this shit. We're going to have a deep one.
But there is no way in HELL that I would ask them to stop. And I know that's not where you're headed. Yeah.
No, we don't want them to stop. Matter of fact, it was 2 citizen sleuths that found Riley Strain's bank card out by the bank of the Cumberland River
That's
in
right.
Nashville. So, like I said, they do provide service. My only suggestion was maybe not doing live stream, maybe just video, and then you can edit and post later.
What's more damaging, dude? What the fuck are you gonna video edit? Oh, here's some leaves, everybody. Dude, you saw what the video did when somebody said they found a body by the dam when we're searching for Riley Strain. What does more damage, bro? A fucking video? Or a fucking live stream? Watch my shit, dude. I'm out there fucking searching my ass off, bro.
Hey guys, I don't want to see anything edited. I want to see the whole thing. No edits, no airbrushing, the real deal.
Boom.
But that's just me. I want to go back to Katie Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother, Miss Proudfoot. What questions were you asked during your polygraph?
We're going to have to talk tomorrow on the way up there.
I was asked if I knew where my son was. I was asked if I hurt him. I was asked if I had hurt someone, among a few other questions.
And Mr. Proudfoot, you have volunteered to take a poly?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to set up a poly for you, would you take it?
Name the place and time, ma'am. I'll be there.
This pisses
And
me
you're
off.
headed back to Memphis right now. Are you in your RV right now?
That's so disrespectful.
I am in my RV. We are not disclosing our current location just because of safety reasons, due to the YouTubers, the Facebookers out there that have sent some very heinous, threatening information and things of that nature, threatening to be outside of our house, all kinds of nasty things. So we're not disclosing our location at this time, unless you're law
Ms.
enforcement.
Proudfoot, is
or
that
you need to
one
know.
of the reasons you left the home?
One of them, yes, ma'am.
Question to you guys. When police came in and processed your home, did they look with, for instance, luminol? Did they check? What did they do when they searched your home?
They thoroughly searched my home with many different things. They removed some things for the dogs to hold the scent, and for Sebastian's DNA. I know that they used thermal
night
vision. Thank you. And I don't know exactly all of the tools that they use, but I do know that multiple different searches were done on my home by many different people, detectives, sheriffs, and a few others.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't swear that the forensics folks showed up or not, because there were so many folks in and out of the house That it was
Every
just,
time.
hi, I'm so and so with law enforcement. I'm so and so with law enforcement. Okay.
Every time they've said we need to look, or please do.
Does Sebastian have a hardwood floor or a carpeted floor?
In his bedroom,
Carpet.
Yes. Carpeting.
Carpet.
Did they remove any carpeting?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Do you feel confident they searched his bathroom?
They did.
Yes, ma'am, they did.
When you state that they removed items for the scent dogs, what did they take?
Clothing, a blanket that he used like every day, and a few other items of his, toiletries, like his brush.
Lauren Conlon joining us, investigative journalist. Lauren, again, thank you for being with us. And earlier you were hearing sound from WSMV4. I understand you have another question.
Oh, I mean, I guess I didn't quite get the clarity I wanted, in the sense that, did the Proudfoots know that this search was going on with the Cajun Navy? Were they being called? Were you guys being alerted about this? Did you hear from a YouTuber that they found something, that the the search dog started jumping? Or, were you just kind of blind to all of this? Just, over in your corner doing your search?
No, ma'am. So here, to set that record straight and help the United Cajun Navy. So somebody's got a picture out there saying that we are enjoying a dinner, when we're actually out there, got flyers at a dinner table because we need to eat. My wife was on the phone with the Cajun Navy. That's how the Cajun Navy was brought in. And we talked to the president of the United Cajun Navy. He put us in touch with their team that was here locally in Nashville. Then that young lady reached back out to us, gave us some more information. We gave her some more details. Then they said they would start a search, but we also had them get in direct contact with the TBI agent, as well as Sumner County's Sheriff's Department. We provided all that information. They reached out to them, got some information. They pushed outside of the areas that had been searched already, conducted a search. Somehow or another, they linked up with the bio father, who supposedly got a tip from somewhere. Whether or not it was credible or not, we don't know. But it led them to searching on federal property without permission, which is where we have been informed at some point that there was allegedly a hit on something, but it turned out to be nothing. And they were asked to leave the property immediately, or the cops were going to be called, because it was trespassing based off of a tip that the bio father received.
Yeah, to Brian Trasher, VP of Cajun Navy, let's clear it up. Isn't it true this is on federal property that had been closed off? It was a hurricane site earlier. It was also, yes, thank you. And it was also near railroad tracks, and some homeless people had been living there, and apparently one of them had died, and we believe that is what the dogs were hitting on. Is that correct?
Yeah, all the above is correct. And we did not gain access to the property. It had already been open when we got there. I'm not sure how entry was gained, but yeah, everything above it that you said was correct.
Guys, the search for Sebastian goes on. If you have information, if you know or think you know anything about this beautiful, young, autistic boy, please call TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, 800-TBI, fine, T Tennessee, B Bureau, I, investigative, TBI.
I'll just go ahead and pause that right there. This is why I'm passionate about safety. Because if there's any true crime content creators out there and they just sit behind a desk, right? They know exactly, and they're just, and shout out to them. They're sitting behind a desk bringing awareness to cases, okay? And the content creators that are just sitting at a desk, ask any of them the types of threats that they get, okay? And they're not even going anywhere. Now, you take those threats and you introduce those threats from people that you probably are going to interact with. Every fucking road trip I go on, I get threats. The threats that they're probably talking about, in all honesty, I get worse than they do. When I go out to sites, I get threatened. When I go out to different areas, people let me know, watch out for this. Damn straight. Recording is my protection. Because I'm always going to do the right thing. And as long as I know that I'm always going to do the right thing, and I know that it's on tape, no matter what takes place, I know that I'm safe. Because I get these threats, the people that want to talk about, oh, this, no, it shouldn't, guess what? How about you have your life threatened with a shotgun multiple occasions? How about you get threatened if you go to a location? You better watch out for this. It's real, baby kisses. It ain't no fucking joke. Every trip I go on, there's always something. Damn straight. I need that recorded for my fucking safety. That's where I'm coming from. So when I sit there and that shit hits me real deep, because I'm like, you want me to take away something of my own safety, because who fucking knows? You don't think there's other content creators out there that don't fucking like me? And you know how I am. I ain't gonna back down. But I know I'm gonna be coming from the right place. I've had other content creators try to ruin my show. I've had other content creators try and derail my fucking community. Maybe if these people woke up every day and when they went out on location and when they get threatened with this or threatened with that or say you da 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 da, maybe they would think a little bit differently when it came to why we do what we do. I'm not making video edits talking about this is found and this is found and this is found. I'm out there doing the fucking work and I'm letting my work speak for itself and I'm showing you guys what my work is about. Nobody should have a question what the fuck I'm about and how hard I work. You all see it. I'm really rethinking some things about tomorrow. because I don't even. I don't even want to say something because it's going to be out of emotion. That's why I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to sleep on it. And this is why I need, please, if you have the availability to be there on the road up there, please, I would like your constructive criticism for the conversation. I would like your brutal honesty. Because I feel bad thinking what I'm fucking thinking. I really am. I just need to sleep on it. Let's talk tomorrow. Real talk. Because I'm the person that would rather have a negative truth than a positive lie. But I don't know. You take away my safety. I hate even thinking it. I hate even thinking it. I almost just want to do it alone. Who found a bag of fucking bones? You know what I mean? Do I need help? No. I got fucking so many hours of footage showing you guys how I do my thing. I don't need nobody's help out there. I don't know. I hate saying it, but I might just be doing it alone. I hate saying it. I hate saying it. I hate saying it. I really do. We'll talk tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being a part of the community. And thank you for believing in me because it's your belief that gives me this energy to just go out and continue to do more and more for you because I give you 150 and I don't bullshit on it. And I don't even ask for it back. I just want 100. I hope you all have a peaceful and positive evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Put out the notifications here in a few minutes for both on the road and on location, so they'll be dropping here in a few minutes. Yeah, let's have a real talk tomorrow on the way up there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being you. Please stay safe, and we got to have a heart-to-heart tomorrow because I need you guys. I need you. So think about it tonight, please. And let's have this talk together, you know. Let's do it together, okay? I appreciate you guys. Good night, everybody.